The following broadcast is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Hammond will drive baseline. Outside Satter. Step back three, number 12. He got it!
That's McGar. McGar turns to the right side. Now he's going to take that shot on net. He got it!
Rushing dominance. Here's Penu again. Penu up the middle. Makes one miss, two miss. Penu off to the races again. Touchdown number 3. Yes!
Castor after it. Now Black for Castor. Castor scores!
We'll see if Drew Nelson can keep this one out. And he can, and he does. What a save on the PK.
Nielsen for 3. Count it for 3. Nielsen hits it from the left wing.
Kick is away. Short kick taken at about the 21-yard line. And a nice return right up the middle. That's Murtis. James Murtis down the sideline, and he's going to go for 6. James Murtis, 79 yards.
And eventually pushed over by the Vikings. Johnson to the outside, DeBoer, and DeBoer with some power there on the outside and the kill.
Some bits to Hammond. Hammond to Hage. Inside to Van Dam with the slam. Oh, Cameron Van Dam on a Friday night.
Jump serve is over. Juleson, here's the set. Nisley for the win. She got it, and the Bismarck Century Patriots are your state champions.
And now, the cameras are ready. The headset is on. Without further delay, it's game time.
And we welcome you to Farmers Union Insurance Center tonight at Shields Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. This is live coverage of high school hockey on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from KNOX and Magnitude Sports in Fargo Online. Ryan Cunningham with you here this evening as we get set for Fargo, Davies, and Grand Forks Red River to do battle. Each team with one loss on the season. It's to the same team. Fargo, Davies, and Grand Forks Red River both bested by Grand Forks Central, who has since been beaten by Fargo South Shanley. This 4-team combination largely expected to be the 4-team combination that's in it at the end, and we know what it's like to be in it at the end. A year ago, Grand Forks Central was on the verge of not going to the state tournament in overtime with Fargo North. Fargo North has played both Central and Red River very toughly throughout the course of the year, so this is going to be a great Eastern Dakota Conference, and this one should be a very good matchup tonight. We welcome you to our pregame report brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. FransonBank.com and New Vision Truck Accessories, your truck accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. We start our conversation here at Farmers Union Insurance Center with the head coach of the Fargo Davies Eagles, Nate Metcalf. His team lone loss this season was to Grand Forks Central, a game that got away from them a little bit at Purpur Arena. They were beaten by a score of 5-2, which is a characteristic for a Fargo Davies team that usually has extremely good goaltending and very good defense. Giving up 5 goals, not the recipe they had in mind that night. We asked Coach Metcalf what happened at Purpur Arena earlier this season.
You run into that has some balance as well, and it seems like they're slowly picking up.
And apologies, folks, a couple of technical difficulties that we'll have to take care of. We want to make sure that we bring you the entire conversation with Nate Metcalf tonight. So without further ado, let's go to Nate Metcalf.
I think we went into Central. We were playing pretty well going in, and somehow kind of the wheels fell off in the first probably half the period, and we just couldn't gain it back. We've worked hard, tightened some things up, and hopefully we can get it rolling tonight.
Taking a look at your team, you've got a lot of skill in your forwards, but you'll have 3 sophomores that start for you on the blue line tonight. So that's a bit of a challenge for you right now. Talk a bit about what happens as far as your defensive core is concerned.
Yeah, we lost. We graduated 5 of 6 defensemen from last year. We knew it was going to be a challenge in the back end. A couple of our sophomores are playing really well. Kind of surprising. I didn't really know much about them coming in, but they've been playing well. We just try to keep it simple. Take care of the defensive zone first, and offensive zone will come.
You've got plenty of guys up there, and it seems like the team from the forward lines up, especially your first 3 lines, you're built to be very skilled this year. Tell me about what you've seen out of your offense. Fast, physical, what have you seen?
Well, I think we have really 3 lines that can just go. I think a few of them have been a little snake bit. I think they have a lot more than what they've been showing us this year. It'd be nice to get them all clicking at the same time, and hopefully we can do that soon.
Grand Forks Red River is a team that you run into that has some balance as well, and it seems like they're slowly picking up a little bit of momentum here this season. This is a formidable test for you tonight.
Oh, this should be a good battle. Them coming off the big championship last year, I think the guys are ready, and hopefully translates on the ice.
I mentioned when I was down here last for a game that involved your counterparts here in Fargo South Shanley, that this hasn't been your home for a long time, but it does seem like this building is starting to develop as a home for Fargo Davies and for South Shanley. Your crowd seems to get used to being here. Your team gets used to playing here. There's a little something picking up here as far as home ice in this building for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, all this COVID stuff. Last year we drew some pretty good crowd and get pretty loud in here. Hopefully, what the parents or whoever can get in tonight can be loud and create some home ice advantage.
We've had some pretty good atmosphere so far tonight when it comes down to junior varsity hockey. Now we're ready to see if that translates over into the varsity game this evening. Trent Wimpkin will be the goalie tonight for Fargo Davies. He'll be part of the conversation as we start to our keys to the game, or talking about our keys to the game. Our thanks to Nate Metcalf of Fargo Davies for joining us. Our coach's comments brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust and New Vision Truck Accessories. Our keys to the game are brought to you by West Metro Buick GMC in Monticello. See how easy saving money can be. The short drive to Monticello can save you thousands, and you don't have to drive to Monticello to shop around, because you can shop the entire inventory for West Metro Buick GMC online, westmetroauto.com. That's westmetroauto.com. Jeff Sell and his staff ready to work with you to get a great deal on a very new or pre-owned vehicle for you at West Metro Buick GMC. Again, look them up at westmetroauto.com. The keys tonight for Fargo Davies will be ride your goaltender. Trent Wimpkin, 4-1 record on the season, 1.93 goals against, a 91.7 save percentage. He's had a great season, as we expected, as far as goalies that have received a lot of work this year. He comes in as the number 5 goalie in North Dakota, and the names that he's trailing are very good names. Zach Sandy, Trey Sortland, Colby Elseth, and Andrew Peterson. Andrew Peterson for Grand Forks Red River tonight. Another key for Fargo Davies, flex the depth. They're probably a little bit deeper in their forward lines than Grand Forks Red River. There's a lot of names on those forward lines that you've heard a lot of hockey from throughout the course of the last few years, and they've got some youngsters that have filled in as well. So Davies having a depth advantage will be key for Davies tonight. For Grand Forks Red River, that blue line will be a big part of what gets done for them this evening. They've got an experienced blue line with 4 men back from last year, and adding Cooper Frege as a transfer from West Fargo Cheyenne. He's going to have a big game tonight if Red River is going to get the win over Fargo Davies. His defensive output will be pretty good. Throughout the course of the year, he got a goal in the game that we had last against Grafton Park River, so he's scoring as well. And that'll be another key tonight for Red River. Get the defenders involved offensively. They've been better when skaters like Wyatt Leduc, Cooper Frege, and Jake Grandstrand have been up in play. So those are a couple of keys for Grand Forks Red River tonight. And the keys to the game brought to you by West Metro Buick GMC. See how easy saving money can be. A pause. When we come back, we'll have the comments of Grand Forks Red River's head coach, Tim Scarperud, and that will be followed by our Tools to the Game, presented by Acme Tools, your starting lineups in hockey, just around the corner here at Farmers Union Insurance Center at Shields Arena. It's Red River and Fargo Davies tonight on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from KNOX.
To refinance your current mortgage and save or purchase a new home, Sean Carlson with Town & Country Credit Union can help. With over 15 years of mortgage experience, he is an expert on VA, FHA, USDA, first-time home buyer, and conventional home loans and can help determine the best loan product to fit your needs. His borrowers agree, saying, Sean was a pleasure to work with and made the entire mortgage process easy. I highly recommend him. Ready to check out how Sean and Town & Country Credit Union can help make your financial life easy? Stop by one of our 6 convenient Fargo, West Fargo locations or visit townandcountry.org today. From free checking accounts to auto loans to commercial and ag loans and, of course, home loans, Town & Country Credit Union.
Hockey and Fargo Davies Eagles hockey tonight on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from KNOX. Also online at Magnitude Sports in Fargo. Ryan Cunningham with you this evening. Part 2 of our coach's comments. Tim Scarperud is the head coach of Grand Forks Red River. Big week last week for the Rough Riders as they picked up 2 wins, including rival Grafton Park River at home, and then fighting off a pesky challenge from Fargo North. We talked about the league being very balanced and not a lot of gimme games for really anybody, including Grand Forks Red River so far this season.
Well, and that's what you want. You know, obviously there's a lot of teams that have improved and have some good hockey players, and that's what you want. You want to have to come to the rink every day and make sure it's a battle and make sure you're ready for that battle. So, you know what, that's why you play the game. You don't want to play those 10-0 games or anything like that, and it's great to see North and Grafton have real good quality teams.
Do you think your team has embraced the idea of a race yet in the EDC, or are they just simply playing the games in front of them right now?
You know, I think it's just playing the games in front of them. I don't think you can look too far ahead. You know, you just got to take it day by day, as the saying goes, and worry about the next shift, the next period, the next game, and not look too far ahead.
We saw you break out with 8 goals against Grafton Park River on Thursday when we were there. A 4-3 win over Fargo North. Compare the 2 days that you had last week and tell me what your thoughts were as far as some of the similarities and where you think you're finding some rhythm with your team right now.
Yeah, you know what, I think both games we may have wanted the offense a little bit too much and not did a real good job in our own end. So I think that's one thing that we got to improve upon. You know, we got to make sure that our end is taken care of. We do all the little things, not turning pucks over, being physical, good net front presence in the D zone, make sure that we're taking care of our own end. But what I do like about both games is, you know what, we're behind in both games, and you know what, the guys didn't panic. They, you know, the bench was calm. They kept on working and both games they found a way to win, which is always a good sign. You know, you don't want to have a team that maybe stresses out a little bit, but proud of the guys for finding a way to win.
A lot of balance as well. I mean, it seems like goals are coming from a lot of places. Your D-core is getting more and more active in the offensive side of things all the time. So there's something happening there that's got a little mojo to it.
Absolutely. You know what? I've thought all along that I really like this depth, and it's after 5 games. That's showing right now. You know, so you know, obviously, I think all 3 lines are putting the puck in the net. We've got the D, like you said, D are creating offensive chances, and you know what, we are going to be offense by committee, which is a good thing. You know, you don't have to rely on maybe 1 or 2 guys or 3 guys. When you can be by committee, you know, hopefully different guys step up every night.
Fargo Davies may be a lot like Grand Forks Central in the fact that they're one of the most experienced teams that you're going to play, at least in the front lines. They have a lot of players back that played at a high level last year. They've got really good goaltending. A very interesting challenge for you on the road tonight.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great test. You know, obviously they've got a lot of returners, like you said. I know a lot of these players, great players. They're hard working, they're fast. They're going to be a great team, and we've got to be ready right from the drop of the puck, and it's going to be a fun test.
Those comments from Tim Scarperud, there's a lot of familiarity between these 2 teams just for the simple fact that high-end players are on both ends. A lot of North Dakota Amateur Hockey Association ties between Red River and Fargo Davies. The coaching staffs are well aware of one another. Very familiar game that we have coming up tonight. And it takes us to our Tools of the Game, brought to you by Acme Equipment and Acme Tools, your Kubota dealer in Grand Forks. A great selection of Kubota products from Acme where they help you do your best work. Whether it's small equipment for a small job or large equipment for your construction site, your farm, whatever it is you need to get done, they have it for you with a lot of Kubota equipment, right across Gateway, from Simplot in Grand Forks. And then if you're a do-it-yourselfer, any power tool you could possibly be looking for, they have it at their main store on Gateway in Washington in Grand Forks with a service department to match. Acme Equipment and Acme Tools bringing you the Tools of the Game. For Fargo Davies, Baron Stibbe, 7 goals on the season. Here's the leading scorer as far as goals are concerned. He's tied with Cameron Bullinger for points on the team. Bullinger has 8 helpers on the season. Each have 9 points coming in. But again, a lot of balance for Davies. Stibbe and Gavin Balvich, you've heard them before on the first line. Cameron Bullinger, Landon Donner on the second line. And then, of course, Trent Wimkin, 4-1 record on the season, 1.93 goals against, save percentage of .917. For Grand Forks Red River, leading scorer is Justin Wasvik coming in. He's looking for his first goal. He's got 5 helpers on the season. He's co-leading the team in scoring. Zach Hinchberger, a couple of nice games last week. He's moved himself out to 5 points, anchoring that opening line. Brendan Mullen, Carter Sproul, Mason Reynolds, all with 4 points on the second line. Andrew Peterson, 3-0-1 record, 1.5 goals against, save percentage of 90.7. He'll be between the pipes tonight for Grand Forks Red River. He's trying to win that battle with Noah Berger, and right now he's got a bit of an edge. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's matchup, and our starting lineups are brought to you by Nodak Insurance and Chris Moen, your agent in Grand Forks. With great rates and competitive rates, very great service, good local service as well. It's easy to see why more people in North Dakota are making the switch to Nodak Insurance. Give Chris Moen a call at 757-1613. He knows insurance, he knows North Dakota, and he might even know you. Give him a call for a quote at 757-1613. The starting lineups, first of all, for the Fargo Davies Eagles tonight, who enter at 4-1 on the season, 3-1 in the EDC play. They've got 9 points on the night coming in. The starting goaltender will be Trent Wipkin with that 4-1 record, as we mentioned. Defensively, here's what we're expecting. Easton Rarick, a junior that will be on the left, and Charlie Crutchman, a senior that will be on the right. Trent Wimkin is a junior between the pipes as well, and we do see that Easton Rarick will go out there. There are 3 sophomores on the blue line, and they're going to mix and match a little bit. Keaton Schaff is going to be the other starter defensively for Fargo Davies. As far as up front, what we'll see the second line go on the ice first for Fargo Davies. That'll be Landon Donner, a sophomore, anchoring the line, with Cameron Bullinger, a junior, on his left, and Jackson Archibald, a junior, on his right. The head coach, of Fargo Davies is Nate Metcalf. For Grand Forks Red River, starting goaltender tonight is Andrew Peterson, a sophomore with a record of 3-0-1. Starting defensively tonight will be Jake Grandstrand and Wyatt Leduc. Grandstrand, a junior, Leduc, a junior. And up front, it'll be Zach Hinchberger, a senior, in the middle, with Justin Wasvik, a senior, on his left, and Michael Coleman, a sophomore, on his right. And that is what we have for our starting lineups this evening. We drop the puck when we come back next on Magnitude and KNOX.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Three Lions is a great stop for the entire family. Bring your friends and challenge them in a game of pool, darts, or shuffleboard. Parents, Three Lions is kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every evening. Once you arrive, check out the keto-friendly burgers and street tacos. Three Lions also has fish, chicken, and shrimp on the appetizer menu to go along with a wide variety of sandwiches. Plus, take a look at the selection of burgers on the menu, and don't forget that Three Lions also has an evening dinner menu. Call them 277-5966 to place a to-go order or stop in 675 13th Avenue East. Three Lions in West Fargo. Van Dam Chiropractic is dedicated to helping you achieve your health goals and improving your quality of life. Dr. Van Dam provides the most comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture care. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, work-related injury, car accident, or just getting relief from chronic pain, Dr. Scott Van Dam will get you back on the road to good health. They look forward to serving you at Van Dam Chiropractic. Call them at 532-5320 or visit them online at vandamchiropractic.com.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Welcome back to Farmers Union Insurance Center and Shields Arena in Fargo. It's time to get it on. Grand Forks, Red River, and Fargo Davies tonight on Magnitude Sports in Fargo and on KNOX in Grand Forks. Ryan Cunningham with you here this evening. Mike Mason on the camera work tonight for those of you on Magnitude. We get set for the Eagles, moving left to right. The Rough Riders right to left. Red River's in business suits tonight. The black with the red River on the chest and the red breezers. And for Fargo Davies, home whites with the gold stripe through the middle and the red Davies through the middle and the maroon numerals and letters. It'll be Landon Donner for Fargo Davies taking the drop against Zach Hinchberger for Grand Forks Red River. We're underway. The draw won by Hinchberger. Red River with control. It's brought up by Jake Grandstrand, and a poke check will knock the puck loose. Working back into the neutral zone. Wyatt Leduc trying to run it down. Landon Donner got in touch with the puck and sent it back into the offensive zone. Leduc was back to back check him. The puck goes towards the far wall. Picked up on the line by Keaton Schaff, one of those three sophomores for Fargo Davies that's in the game defensively. They play three sophomores on the blue line. A pass to the near side by Hinchberger will ricochet off the boards and be too strong. We'll go back into the Red River zone for a draw just 29 seconds into the game. See if we see a change-up, and we will. Fargo Davies will withdraw that second line after 29 seconds. And Barron Stibbe will come on the ice to take a draw. So a little bit of matchup being worked here by Nate Metcalf. He wants his first line on the ice against Red River's second line, which is the matchup that he has now. The puck loose back behind the net. Cooper Freegee picking it up for Grand Forks Red River. Freegee coming out towards the near side, makes it throw to the near wing for Brendan Mullen. Mullen trying to step up the ice, ends up turning the puck over Barron Stibbe in the high slot. Now over to the left boards, trying to backhand one into traffic. Joe Fryer chasing it down back behind the net for Fargo Davies. He turns it back towards the left wall for Fargo Davies and the right wall for Red River. It works back towards the right corner. That'll be taken back by Matthew Scribner for the Riders. Long breakout pass, got to the checker line, and the Riders overskated it. This will be pushed up into the offensive end by Carter Sproul. The Eagles are back after the puck while Red River changes up, and it's brought out by Barron Stibbe for Fargo Davies. Stibbe off the far side wall, trying to make a move against Garrett Eichmann, who comes out defensively tonight. First game that we'll see for Red River's Eichmann coming into the matchup. A sophomore is the sixth defender. Loose puck on the checker line. Charlie Crutchman coming up ice. Hands it off to Hunter Demers, one of their more physical skaters for Fargo Davies, and Demers tries to chase down the puck back behind the Red River net. It works out towards the right side. Drew Mellon for the Rough Riders, pushing this up the ice. It'll float loose into the left corner. Charlie Crutchman back after it for Fargo Davies in the Davies zone. Puck turned over to Mellon in the right circle, pushes it towards the net. Wimkin a soft play on it on the left side of the crease, and the puck will float back towards the right corner. Comes out to the point. Eichmann holding it in, sent one towards the right circle. A pushing and shoving match for it as a good hard crash from Drew Mellon came up late. Hunter Demers breaks out to Elijah Hayes for Fargo Davies, and the Eagles bring it back up into the offensive zone. We're a little better than 2 minutes into the matchup. No score, 2 shots for Grand Forks Red River thus far, but nothing on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. A bouncing puck back to Ashton Yeager at center ice. Yeager turns it back into the offensive end. Elijah Hayes coming up into the far circle and a poke check loose. Landon Donner tried to run it down. It works back behind the net. Picked up there by Cameron Bullinger. That second line back on the ice for their second shift for the Eagles. Bullinger got turned around on a puck on a physical play. Works to the high slot. Archibald coming out, sent it back to the point. Donner fanned on a wrister from the right point, and the puck is deflected back to the neutral zone. Eagles trying to run it down. Keaton Schaff back to it first. Circles over to Easton Rarick. Looking back for Schaff in the corner. Now Jackson Archibald getting back to the puck for the Eagles. They try to break out with Archibald circling behind the net. It works back to the far side wall. Justin Wasvik cuts it off for Red River. Long range shot. Wimkin turns that aside into the far corner. Loose puck off the far wall. Michael Coleman sent it in from distance. It works back to Leduc on the left point for the Riders. He turns it back in the left corner trying to find Wasvik. Puck was strong. Back out on the line. Leduc takes a hit that you could hear from Cameron Bullinger. Shot from a steep angle came from Wasvik on the left wall, and it's deflected out of play. And we'll draw coming up in the Fargo Davies zone. Timeouts are brought to you by Atlas Auto. Experience the Atlas advantage in Midtown Grand Forks on South Washington with a selection of new and used pre-owned. If you have not experienced the Atlas advantage, check out Atlas Auto in Grand Forks. We'll draw in the left circle For Fargo Davies, the right circle for Red River to the left of Wimpkin. Baron Stibbe will take the draw against Zach Hinchberger, and Red River now getting back to a one-on-one situation as far as first line versus first line in the matchup game. Puck loose behind the net. Ben Callies for Fargo Davies, a defenseman, circles it back towards the left wall. It ricochets past him. Skylar Seekerson back after it for the Eagles. He brought it back out as far as the near side point. It takes a jump over Wyatt Leduc. Leduc can't get to it first. Joe Fryer chasing it down at the offensive end. Fryer got turned around in the corner. Trailing it was Balvich. His shot goes wide, and the puck will come off the far wall where the Riders get back to it. Wasvik up into the neutral zone. Long-range shot just inside the checkered line. Easy glove play there for Wimpkin. He'll play it back out to the near side wall, trying to get Stibbe into transition. Stibbe got held up on the blue line for Red River. Gets the puck turned loose. He's able to reclaim possession. He's working with Joby Fryer there. Then lost the puck again, and Red River will take it back in their own end. They go cherry-picking with Brendan Mullen. A behind-the-back drop-off to Carter Sproul. Sproul trying to come over the offensive end. Took a rub as he got to the half wall. Loses control of the puck. Christian Kankelfitz comes up with it for Fargo Davies. Tried to spray it out towards the far boards. It got sent back behind Davies' net. Ben Callies plays it out to the near side wall. Another collision with Mason Reynolds holding it in for Red River on the left point. He works into the corner. Long-range crossing pass deflected. Kankelfitz comes away with it for Fargo Davies. Trying to get on the break, but he's corralled by a pair of defensemen. Reynolds got back on the back check. He sends it back into the neutral zone. Sproul, a backhanded play. Finds Brendan Mullen, who will push it back up into the Fargo Davies zone. Hunter Demers off the bench for the Eagles, circles in to take control of the puck. He works to Elijah Hayes. Hayes comes back up to Demers, and Demers got cut off on the half wall as he got into the offensive end. Riley Vetch on the third line for Red River. Drops one for Mellon on the left boards. Mellon goes back to the high slot. While Morgan Haas with a shot right outside the circles. Wimpkin's there to make the save, and will draw coming up in the Fargo Davies end. No score on the Hugo's Low scoreboard with 11:53 to play in the opening period here at Farmers Union Insurance Center in Fargo, North Dakota, part of Shields Arena. They draw. Vetch is able to win it, sent it back to the high slot, but Easton Rarick comes up with control for Fargo Davies. He comes out right side for Jackson Archibald. Archibald will put it in from long range. Peterson steps outside the crease to play it back behind his own net. Works back bend, and Cameron Bullinger will take control in the right corner. Bullinger got turned around, loose puck to Archibald. He fights for control with Jake Grandstrand back behind the Red River net. Grandstrand came up with a puck, was able to deflect it softly back to the near side. The Riders try to get on the rush. Mellon had it turned aside. It's played back in by Keaton Schaff, and the Eagles will get back to it offensively. And a big blow-up by Grandstrand. He went right into the back of Jackson Archibald. Grandstrand may be lucky he didn't get a penalty, but again, what we've seen so far this year, penalties are few and far between in this building. Rarick a drive from the left point. That's deflected wide. Picked up by Archibald, circling back to the puck. He'll come out to the point for Schaff. Schaff put one into traffic and hit Bullinger, his teammate, in the back. The Riders will clear it. This will be icing, and will come back into the Red River zone. Again, what we've seen this year when we've been in this building is that we've seen a situation where we just don't see a lot of penalties getting called here at Shields Arena. And that play where Grandstrand got into the back of Archibald, that could have gone either way as far as a call being made. And in that situation, they chose not to, but they play really, kind of keep the players making decisions, allow them to decide the game type of style here in Fargo, and it works, it doesn't work. It depends upon what side of the thing that you're on, right? Puck out on the far side boards. It's played back to center, dropped off for Wasvik for Red River. Wasvik will play it back behind him. Some pressure coming up defensively from Ethan Doctor. Doctor brought it into the corner, works back down low. Keaton Schaff looking for control for Davies. It's turned over, and a high slot wrister that goes up over the bar from Michael Coleman. And then a shot from the left point that's followed up. That shot coming in from Doctor. That'll be gloved by Wimpkin, and Michael Coleman is exchanging some pleasantries with one of the Eagles in front of the net. I believe that's Keaton Schaff. It is Schaff, so Schaff and Coleman will be separated. No harm, no foul. And both players will go off as each team is going to send out a fresh five with 10:23 left to go in the opening period. We'll see Carter Sproul taking the draw for Grand Forks Red River. And he'll draw against Christian Kankelfritz for Fargo Davies. Puck one in the corner. Brendan Mullen looking for control. Lets it go back to Sproul. That's backhanded to Mullen back behind the Davies net. Mullen will play it off the near side boards. Works out to Cooper Freegee and a chance that scores! Cooper Freegee from the left point. Pulled one into traffic. It'll be tipped in by one of the riders in front of the net. Grand Forks Red River will take the opening lead of 1-0. They'll sort it out, and it'll be, I believe, Carter Sproul that's going to get credit for the goal. The time of the goal will be at 6 minutes and 50 seconds of the opening period. For now, it's Carter Sproul taking the credit for the goal, so we'll give it to him with an assist from Cooper Freegee at least. Time of the goal at 6:50. An even strength goal for Grand Forks Red River, and it's 1-0. Pretty area goal for the Red Riders on a tip-in right in front of Trent Wimpkin. They're actually giving the goal to Freegee. And they're going to, no, I believe they've got it reversed. There will be an assist on the play as well. Brendan Mullen will pick up an apple. They're calling it for Freegee from Sproul and Mullen. We'll wait for it to get sorted out. I believe it's going to be Sproul from Freegee and Mullen. And we'll see a penalty coming up against Red River. Sproul's going to go into the box. And the first time tonight that we'll see a power play that will go in favor of Fargo Davies. This penalty will come at 7 minutes and 9 seconds of the period, and it will be Carter Sproul that goes in on the call. We'll get the official call in a couple of moments, but Carter Sproul in the box, and it's an RBB Electric power play for Fargo Davies. Brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, and online, rbbelectric.com. Gavin Balvich with the puck for Fargo Davies, trying to drop it off into the corner. He found Joby Fryer. It works back to the point from Herrick. Back off to the near side wall. Joby Fryer pulling it into the corner. Sproul being called to the penalty. Was it tripping or clipping? Let's look at that again. It's hooking, rather. It's a hooking penalty against Carter Sproul. Apologies, I'd never heard of clipping before in hockey. That's why I waited up. A chance coming out in front, and a big kick save on Joby Fryer's shot right between the hash marks. Andrew Peterson, the first real test that he's faced tonight, and Peterson with a great kick save off the right side after they, being Fargo Davies, found Joby Fryer all by himself between the hash marks. Power play continues for another minute 5, and Red River turns the puck aside. Cooper Freegee gets to it on his own line. Correction, it was Hinchberger, and Hinchberger sent it back into the Fargo Davies zone. Nearly halfway through the opening period. 1-0 in favor of Red River on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. Fargo Davies on the power play for another 50 seconds. Hunter Demers on the left side for the Eagles, coming up into the offensive end. He's chased by Leduc. Leduc with a poke check to knock the puck away. Archibald picks up possession. And they are giving the adjustment on the goal now. See if we can pick it up as the puck goes back to the Fargo Davies line. And Carter Sproul does get credit for the goal. The assist will go to Cooper Freegee. So we thought they would adjust that. And as we mentioned, the first goal of the night, Carter Sproul from Cooper Freegee and Brendan Mullen at 6:50 of the opening period. Power play down to 20 seconds left to go for the first power play of the night, and Red River fighting for control of the puck on the Fargo Davies line. It's finally pulled aside by Hunter Demers. He'll throw it back into the Red River end, and Wyatt Leduc over to back check it. Gavin Balvich went after Leduc but missed on the hit. Jackson Archibald over to cut it off on the right side half wall. Penalty comes to an end. Red River gave up a couple of opportunities in the first half of that power play. Second half, they kept the puck largely at the Fargo Davies end, and now the Riders are up ice with control, leading by a score of 1-0. Hinchberger looking for control in the corner. Cameron Bollinger came over to take it away, and now it's being fought for behind the net. Demers came out with it momentarily. Kankelfritz was there. Now it's out in front. Backhanded chance by Wasvik. Wimpkin kicked it, and Wimpkin is down on the ice and in some pain. Wasvik had a chance with the shot on his backhand side and was unable to convert it, and then Trent Wimpkin went down. Wimpkin has taken his helmet off, and we'll see what the situation will be here. A lot of things could have happened in that sequence. Wimpkin was down, could have been stepped on by a blade, could have been hit by a stick in the face. There were a lot of different things that could happen, and we were screened from it because Wasvik was out in front trying to get control of the puck. Right now, Nate Metcalf is talking with one of the linesmen over on the Fargo Davies bench. I don't think he's particularly happy about no call being made on that play. Not sure what call could have been made, but it looks like Trent Wimpkin is up and is going to be okay, and he'll stay in the game. 7:27 left of the opening period. We'll throw it down the left of Wimkin in the Fargo Davies zone. It works loose into the corner. A chance there for Charlie Crutchman. He was unable to pull it in. The loose puck brought out by Baron Stibbe. Stibbe puts it back behind the net. This will be picked up by Ashton Yeager as the defenseman try to get back to it. But Red River's forecheck has been very good so far tonight. They keep it up in the offensive end. Puck to Landon Langenstein. He had control on the right side half wall. It ends up on a dasher and flopping down the neutral zone from Joby Fryer. Red River back to get it in their own end. It'll be picked up near side and brought up by Zach Hinchberger for the Riders. Hinchberger rings the puck down the left wall, works back to the right. Langenstein, who played well last week, comes up with control. He tries to feed Frege in the left side corner. It was behind him. Frege gets a shot away, but it's wide of the net. Loose puck circles over. Scribner trying to pick it up on the right side half wall. A poke check sent it into the corner. He weaves around a defender, tried to feed it on top, but a great pick away by Ashton Yeager, who held his ground well for Fargo Davies defensively to break up the play. And a huge hit out at center ice as Red River puts down Fargo Davies' Elijah Hayes on a hit right at center ice. And we'll see, there is a whistle with a player down. We'll see if they're going to call a penalty on this play. It looks like they're indicating there will be a draw in the Fargo Davies zone, so it doesn't appear there will be a penalty called on that hit. It looked like a fairly clean hit, just a big hit right in the middle of the ice, and it put Elijah Hayes down. Elijah Hayes is yet to get up. Hayes is up to the boxcar here on his hands and knees, but again struggling to find his way out. Another opportunity for Fargo Davies, running out one of their assistant coaches to check on one of their players, but this has been a tough night thus far for the Eagles. Trent Wimkin went down early in the game, shook up in some way, and now a big hit has cleaned out Elijah Hayes at center ice. We'll be checking in on our Hugo's Low scoreboard throughout the night in these situations as we have Grand Forks Central at home tonight, and Grand Forks taking on the Grafton Park River Spoilers. And for those of you in Fargo watching on Magnitude, Fargo South Shanley's on the road tonight trying to hold serve against Devil's Lake. South Shanley a point behind Red River in the EDC standings coming into the night. They have Elijah Hayes off the ice. He'll apparently be okay. We'll see if he returns. In the meantime, Landon Donner will take a draw to the right of Trent Wimkin against Carter Sproul for Red River. Brendan Mullen picked up the puck in the corner, finds Mason Reynolds. It'll work out to Leduc on the left point. Leduc put it into traffic, kicked away. Cameron Bollinger picks it up for Davies, sends it up the far side wall, then turned it over, and here comes Sproul. Sproul coming up the ice with Keaton Schaff trying to chase him down. Puck back out to the point. A rip comes in from Grandstrand. A rebound given up by Trent Wimkin. A swipe at it for Red River, but they were unable to get control. It works back to the point. Reynolds trying to keep it in the offensive end. And now Davies coming up with some numbers, but they were summoned off on a change. They might have had a 3-on-1, but they lose the momentum as they change up their lines. Brendan Mullen coming over to the near side point for control for Red River. Still in the Fargo Davies line. It's picked up by Grandstrand. Grandstrand tried to get a pass away with defenders on his fore and aft. Couldn't quite get it away cleanly. Baron Stibbe picks it up. He's by himself in the Red River zone, facilitating a change for Fargo Davies. Stibbe carries it over to the right corner. Lost the puck from behind. Riley Vetch steps in to take it away for the Riders. And with 5.5 to play in the opening period, Red River tries to get back up ice. A chip shot that goes on net. Wimkin will play it back to the far side wall. Joby Fryer was there, lost control of the puck. Is chipped away by Ben Callies for the Eagles. Callies put it back to Gavin Balvich, and Balvich will run it up into the Red River end. 1-0 Red River on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. Approaching 5 minutes to play in the opening period. Lone goal of the night to Carter Sproul. On a drive from Cooper Frege from the point, Sproul was able to chip in front of the net. On the far side, Ethan Doctor for Red River. Circles back up the far side wall. Vetch got to it on the boards, then he's guided into the wall on a hit from Joby Fryer. Puck will go loose. That first line from Davies is changing off. Fryer tried to get it back up the ice to facilitate the change. Ends up losing the puck, but Hunter DeMer steps in to take it away. Gavin Balvich comes up into the offensive end as well. He'll make the flip in the corner and go off as DeMers tries to chase down the loose puck behind the Red River net. Christian Kankelfritz comes in to join the play. Puck works out to the point. Chance kicked aside from Charlie Kretschmann, and a big save by Peterson behind a screener. He was able to bring the knee pads together and makes the save out of the butterfly. Red River comes away 2-on-2. It's Hinchberger on the far wall. Justin Wasvik steps in and lost an edge going down into the corner. Puck loose. Charlie Kretschmann nearly there. Took a hit as he got to the puck, and the puck cycled out on the near edge by Ashton Yeager, right side for Fargo Davies. It works back into the Davies zone loose. Michael Coleman coming back to it, but Red River iced the puck. That'll be the call, and we'll head back into the Rough Riders zone for a draw with 4:02 left to go in the opening period. Shots on goal are 11-3 in favor of Fargo Davies. They got 2 of those shots on their lone power play so far tonight. And that might be a little disappointing for Fargo Davies. They haven't been able to do much even strength thus far, and part of the reason is that Red River's forecheck has been very good. When the puck has been in the Davies zone, Red River's done a nice job of keeping it there. Zach Hinchberger back to the far wall for Red River off the draw. Chip off the high glass, caught by Easton Rarick for Davies, and Rarick will send it in towards the near side corner. It's played out by Scribner. Scribner sends it off to the far boards for Red River. Brought up into the offensive end by Coleman, then lost, but Hinchberger follows the play. Backhands it up in the offensive end. Rarick cuts it off, sends it back near side for Keaton Schaff. A touch off the point by Archibald. Sent it back into the Red River end, and Freegie's over to cut it off for Red River. Freegie trying to make a play between 2 defenders, does, and gets up into the offensive end. Tries to pull around another, but Schaff held his position strongly and is able to push the puck back into the neutral zone. Riders back to it. It's Leduc sending it over to the far boards. Found Grandstrand. A chip intended for Coleman on the far wall. Rarick back after it again for Davies. Circles back to Schaff in the near side corner. Schaff sends it up into the air. It's knocked down by Brendan Mullen for Red River on the half wall. He'll carry it towards the corner, a crosser, and he had a man that was waiting. That man out in front was Carter Sproul, but Sproul got held up by Joby Fryer, putting in a stick to cause him some interference. And Red River loses the puck back into their own end. Grandstrand back after it on the back check. He'll find Wyatt Leduc. Leduc had a nice week of skating last week for the Rough Riders. He loses an edge here, but is able to fight the puck up the ice to Mason Reynolds. Reynolds tried to get a shot away on the right point. He was fronted by Skylar Seekerson. Back to Sproul behind the net. Sproul held up, leaves it out in front. A chance for Reynolds. He swipes at the rebound, the puck bouncing, and it's finally deflected to the near wall. Leduc picks it up and sends it back into traffic. Knocked out by a Davies defender. One-timer by Brendan Mullen between the halves. That goes into the far corner. And a hit by Sproul that knocks down Joby Fryer as the puck goes loose on the left wall for Davies. The Riders look to chase another loose puck down. It floats back behind the net. Seekerson for the Eagles coming out towards the near side. He'll play it up the ice. May get across, probably will not. Red River will cut it off first. Riley Vetch will take it. That wasn't going to make it. Would not have been an icing call. Vetch with a dangerous play. A pass right across his own slot about hash mark high. It was cut off by Demers, but Demers didn't have the positioning to take advantage of the turnover. Ashton Yeager up into the offensive end. The Riders over to cut it off. It's taken near side by, I believe, Cooper Freegee. It is. Freegee comes up with a play just in front of the checkered line for icing, and will come back into the Red River zone for a draw with 1:37 seconds left of the period. Timeouts brought to you by Lake Region State College in Devils Lake. We change lives. Whether it's precision agriculture or law enforcement, the next generations of North Dakotans are being trained at Lake Region State College. You can find out more by going online to lrsc.edu. 1-0 Red River, 1:37 to play in the opening period. Offensive zone draw for the Eagles. They fight to take control. Lose it back into the neutral zone. Schaff sends it up the far side wall. Bollinger, an aggressive play out in front, and another kick save by Peterson. Second effort scores. It's Jackson Archibald that will clean up a shot taken by Landon Donner. Archibald will come up with his 6th goal of the season, and Davies has tied the game. The time of the goal will be at 15 minutes and 36 seconds of the first period, and should be an assist from Donner on this play, as Donner got it on his backhand side, made the attempt that was kicked away by Andrew Peterson, but Archibald there to snipe at the rebound, and Archibald will come up with his 6th goal of the season. The assist to Landon Donner, if he does get one here, would be his 4th of the season, and that would give him 7 points on the year. Landon Donner will get the assist, and there will be another one for Keaton Schaff as well. So it's Archibald from Donner and Schaff, and the time of the goal, as we mentioned, at 15:36 of the period, the tie of the game. Fargo Davies on the near side boards with the puck. It's Donner bringing it up. He sends it back into the Red River end, and the Riders are back to go after it with Cooper Freegee picking up the loose change. He'll send it back out as far as his own line, chipped away by Hunter Demers, won by Joby Fryer. He skates over to the far wall, puts it back to Demers behind the net. He's being chased. Demers comes out, left one on the hash marks, so they had a man there, couldn't quite get to it cleanly. Chance from the point, knocked away. Seekerson took that opportunity. There was a dangerous rebound bounding there momentarily, but that will be knocked aside as well. Ben Callie's over to pick it up. Really good equal strength pressure now from Fargo Davies. Maybe their best shift of the night, or their best two shifts of the night, coming late in the period. And a huge hit on the far side boards will play through that as well. Puck comes out to the point. Scribner knocked it loose for Red River. Ben Callie's giving chase for Davies. Final 5 seconds of the period. Long pass for Hunter Demers. He gets a shot away. It'll be gloved with time running out at the end of the opening period. Andrew Peterson picked up the puck, and that's going to take us to the locker rooms. An early score for Red River on a gritty area goal in front on a chip shot. And then it's Fargo Davies following up one of their own chances, scooping up a rebound and scoring the equalizer here in the opening period, and that will take us to the end of the opening period of play. Your score after a period of play here at Farmers Union Insurance Center in Fargo at Shields Arena on the Hugo's Low scoreboard is Grand Forks Red River 1, Fargo Davies 1. Our intermission report will be brought to you by Applegreen Construction, building homes around what truly matters. It's next on the Franson Bank and Trust, New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from KNOX.
Dr. Scott Van Dam provides comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture health care. He specializes in treating conditions involving the nerves, muscles, and joints in patients from infants to elderly. If he finds your condition is one that cannot be resolved or you're not seeing improvement with treatment, he will get you to a doctor who can. Call Dr. Scott Van Dam at 701-532-5320. Also, visit them online, vandamchiropractic.com, or stop in for a consultation at 1203 28th Street, South Fargo. Whether you are looking to refinance your current mortgage and save or purchase a new home, Sean Carlson with Town & Country Credit Union can help. With over 15 years of mortgage experience, he is an expert on VA, FHA, USDA, first-time home buyer, and conventional home loans, and can help determine the best loan product to fit your needs. His borrowers agree, saying, Sean was a pleasure to work with and made the entire mortgage process easy. I highly recommend him. Ready to check out how Sean and Town & Country Credit Union can help make your financial life easy? Stop by one of our 6 convenient Fargo, West Fargo locations or visit townandcountry.org today. From free checking accounts to auto loans to commercial and ag loans and, of course, home loans, Town & Country Credit Union has the low loan rates, flexible terms, low fees, and personal service you deserve. See for yourself how much you might save. Apply online today at townandcountry.org. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
At our first intermission tonight, and after a period of play, your score, Grand Forks Red River 1 and Fargo Davies 1. Both teams making plays out in front of the net on some gritty area stuff to get their first goals, as 2 very good goaltenders are between the pipes tonight. However, Fargo Davies outworked until the end of the period. Red River spent a lot of time in the offensive end. Trent Wimkin made some big stops. Andrew Peterson, when he was tested quite well. He makes 5 stops in the opening period. Trent Wimkin with a dozen saves, and that takes us to our intermission. Brought to you by Applegreen Construction, building homes around what truly matters. You can find them online at applegreenhomes.com. Interest rates are at historic lows, and if you thought about new construction for your next home, there will be no better buying opportunity than you have right now with Applegreen Construction. Your dollar is simply worth more towards a home than it has been at any point in a very long time, and you have the opportunity to get in on the ground floor. Applegreen Construction shows you how to take control of a project all the way, not just square footage and the number of rooms, but we're talking about things like the appliances, the cabinetry, the countertops, the flooring, the lighting, everything that makes a home truly yours, and it's there for you when you walk right in. Applegreen Construction, building homes around what truly matters. You can find them online at applegreenhomes.com. That's applegrenhomes.com. Before we get to our intermission summary, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is high school hockey on Magnitude Sports in Fargo and on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network on KNOX.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Get things started here tonight. That's how the scoring gets done. Let's take a look at our intermission summary that we have for you tonight, brought to you by Applegren Construction. The opening goal of the game coming from Carter Sproul, and a play that was set up by Cooper Freege, the transfer that came from West Fargo Cheyenne, a junior coming into the Red River program this year and a defender. He got his first goal of the season against Grafton Park River back on Thursday. Same kind of play. He takes an aggressive shot from the point. He had Carter Sproul camped out in front of the net. Sproul comes up with a chip shot to redirect, and they beat Trent Wimpkin at 6:50 of the opening period. An assist for Brendan Mullen as well. For Mullen, it's his third assist, 5th point on the season. For Carter Sproul, third goal, 5th point on the season. Cooper Freege, first apple, his second point on the year. 1-0 at 6:50. Sproul then takes a penalty for hooking at 7:09. Red River gave up a couple of quality chances in the first minute of that penalty kill and then spent most of the next minute inside the Fargo Davies zone. But late in the period, it's Jackson Archibald. A great individual effort by Landon Donner, who was in front of the net. Donner picked up a puck, made a swerve to his right, tried a backhand shot. Peterson came up with a very aggressive kick save on it, but the rebound came out to the right, and Jackson Archibald was there to clean it up, bangs it into the back of the net with Peterson still over on the right pipe. It's Archibald, and the scoring coming from Landon Donner and also defender Keaton Schaff getting an apple on that as well. Time of the goal at 15:36 for Jackson Archibald. His 6th goal, his 8th point of the season. Landon Donner gets his 4th apple and his 7th point of the year. And for Keaton Schaff, his 2nd assist, 2nd point of the season, tied the game at 15:36. Shots on goal, 13-6 in favor of Grand Forks Red River. And at the break, at the end of an opening period of play, your score on the Hugo's Low scoreboard: Red River 1, Fargo Davies 1. We'll come back as we continue our intermission report. Up next, a Hugo's Low scoreboard update. We'll check in on some games from around the area. South Shanley at Devils Lake. We'll see if we can get an update on that matchup in Devils Lake tonight. Also, Grand Forks Central playing at home tonight against Grafton Park River. They're looking to try to keep the pressure on top of the league. That as we continue with our intermission report, brought to you by Applegren Construction. After a period, it's 1-1 Red River and Davies. This is high school hockey on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessories Sports Network.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Dr. Scott Van Dam provides comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture health care. He specializes in treating conditions involving the nerves, muscles, and joints in patients from infants to elderly. If he finds your condition is one that cannot be resolved or you're not seeing improvement with treatment, he will get you to a doctor who can. Call Dr. Scott Van Dam at 701-532-5320. Also, visit them online, vandamchiropractic.com, or stop in for a consultation at 1203 28th Street, South Fargo. Three Lions is a great stop for the entire family. Bring your friends and challenge them in a game of pool, darts, or shuffleboard. Parents, Three Lions is kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every evening. Once you arrive, check out the keto-friendly burgers and street tacos. Three Lions also has fish, chicken, and shrimp on the appetizer menu to go along with a wide variety of sandwiches. Plus, take a look at the selection of burgers on the menu, and don't forget that Three Lions also has an evening dinner menu. Call them 277-5966 to place a to-go order or stop in 675 13th Avenue East. Three Lions in West Fargo.
Fargo Davies working left to right. They set up Van Dam with the two-hand slam off the alley-oop. Give the assist to Cole Haynes.
Did you miss any part of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Magnitude's DVR feature puts instant replay instantly into your hands. Revisit a big player score, watch a delayed version of this game, and then click live at any time to return to the live broadcast. Now you don't have to miss the game-winning buzzer beater, your son's 79-yard touchdown run, or your daughter's set-sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching Magnitude Sports.
Outside Satter. Step back three, number 12. He got it! 7 in the first half and 5 so far here in the second half.
Approaching end of the opening period, 1-1 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. Grand Forks Red River and Fargo Davies knotted up as we go to the locker rooms. Intermission report brought to you by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters. You can find them online at applegrenhomes.com. Hugo's Low scoreboard update. Well, we've got some updates in other hockey games from around the East region. The unfortunate part is that there isn't a lot of drama in those hockey games around the East region tonight. After a period of play up in Devil's Lake, Fargo South Shanley has a 6-0 lead on the Firebirds after a period. The Bruins outshot the Firebirds 28-6 in the opening period. So 28 shots for South Shanley, and they lead Devil's Lake by a score of 6-0. However, if you thought that one was bad, Grand Forks Central leads Grafton Park River 4-0 with 8 minutes left of the first period. They've already scored 4 goals in 9 minutes in that matchup, and it's been a balanced effort for Grand Forks Central at home tonight. So it looks like South Shanley and Grand Forks Central are both well on their way to maintaining their positions in the Eastern Dakota Conference, and the winner here will join them. The loser here will have some ground to make up. Some other scores, though, and here's a big one. Fargo Davies leading Devil's Lake at the half in girls basketball, 41-32 score in that matchup. Devil's Lake, of course, unbeaten and one of the top-ranked teams in North Dakota. The Eagles have the lead in that matchup. Boys basketball from the Grand Forks area tonight. After a period of play, Hillsboro Central Valley trailing Hatton Northwood 14-7. Region 2 is going to be a very, very good region this season. So we'll keep you up to date on that one as well. And another halftime score coming in. West Fargo Cheyenne leading Fargo North in boys basketball, 42-27. Barica Panu, 10 points for the Mustangs so far. West Fargo leading Fargo South in basketball as well. 5 minutes left of the first. That's a 4-point game, though, between Fargo South and West Fargo. Could be a good one on top of the league there tonight. Those are some of the scores that we have passed along to you tonight. A couple of other hockey scores to pass along. Bottineau Rugby trailing Williston 1-0 out in the western part of the state. Williston with a win there can keep some pressure on in their position in the top half of the West region at this point. And it looks like that's most of the scores that we've had thus far. Bismarck High and Bismarck Century are getting ready to start boys basketball out west. The girls game must have been completed, and we'll try to get you a score on that one as well. Looks like the final is Century over Bismarck High, 84-64 in the first half of that doubleheader. We had a new Class B boys and girls basketball poll that came out last night as well. So while we have a few seconds left to go here before we get into the next period of hockey, we can go ahead and run those for you rather quickly. We have some new number one teams and some really interesting things that happened with the poll this week. Enderlin is now the number one team in Class B boys basketball. They got 7 first-place votes. Grafton got 8. The Spoilers were the top team to get the most first-place votes, but they end up third in the poll. Enderlin got 7 first-place votes and is number 1. 4 wins. Minnewacan suffered their first loss of the season last week. They get 5 first-place votes and are number 2. Grafton got 8 first-place votes, number 3. Dickinson Trinity got a first-place nod. They're 4th, and Langdon area Edmore Munich got a first-place nod. They're fifth. The only undefeated teams in the top 5 are Grafton and Langdon. The other teams picked up a combination of 13 first-place votes with 3 losses between them, which is a little bit of troubling math to try to figure out. On the girls' side of things, Central Cass is the number 1 team in the state with 10 of 22 first-place votes. Kindred got 12, but they end up second. Grafton was third. Thompson was 7th. Langdon area Edmore Munich was 8th. Intermission report brought to you by Applegren Construction. We're underway with second period action. The Eagles of Fargo Davies, the Rough Riders of Red River tied at 1 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard after a period. The puck is loose in the Fargo Davies zone. Keaton Schaff over to pick it up behind the net. It works out to Coleman on the left point. Coleman tried to play it through traffic, knocked down by Jackson Archibald, who's got the lone goal tonight for the Eagles. He sends one towards the net. Andrew Peterson will cover it up and will draw coming up in the Red River end. 22 seconds into the second, and we'll see this draw going to the left of Peterson. Fargo Davies will keep their line on the ice, and it looks like Grand Forks Red River will bring their first line back on the ice to get this next shift started. Michael Coleman playing it out to the high slot on his own end. It'll be picked up by Cameron Bullinger, skated towards the wall, then he plays it back towards the right. Another chance trying to get through traffic coming from Keaton Schaff, who's played well defensively tonight for Fargo Davies. It goes behind the net. Bullinger digging for it. Jake Grandstrand plays it out. Cherry picks a pass looking up the ice. He's got Wasvik trying to get loose, but Wasvik got taken down by Keaton Schaff. That pressure from behind kept Wasvik from the puck. It's loose on the far side wall. Wasvik's on a knee, and now Wasvik with a single leg takedown on Schaff. Dropped him to the ice. That's frustrated Rarick. Rarick comes over, gives a shove to Wasvik in the head. Wasvik's going off the ice. Schaff may be going off as well. And with 16:02 to play in the second, well, what's the old saying? If you can't get along, let's get it on. And so both players are going off the ice, and they're not done talking yet. Well, part of it is because Schaff was going in the wrong penalty box, and it looks like they've got Easton Rarick going into the box, the old third man in penalty. I haven't seen that one since the Austin Bruins had a goon on their team playing the Bismarck Bobcats several years ago. It looks like they're putting Rarick in as the only man that will actually have penalty time counted against him. Probably going to be unsportsmanlike, we'll see. The other 2 players just have simultaneous minors, apparently before a whistle, but Rarick's going to go in. The time of the penalty will be at 58 seconds, and so Red River will go on the RBB Electric power play, brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online at rbbelectric.com. Carter Sproul into the right corner. Mullen with a crosser, a one-timer knocked away from Scribner as he lost an edge into the far corner. Then Reynolds gets tripped up. Riders want a penalty they won't get. It comes back out to the point. Scribner to Cooper Freegee on the high slot. Freegee backs up to the line, takes a look over towards the left side, looking for Scribner. Works it back to Freegee again, high quarterbacking. He bluffs on a go, sends it back to Scribner left point. Back to Freegee again high. He'll send a wrister through and it scores! Cooper Freegee sets up his second goal tonight. And the Rider crowd comes to life as Brendan Mullen will chip in Cooper Freegee's drive, and the power play goal will put the Riders back on top 2-1. Time of the penalty will be, or time of the goal rather, will be at 1 minute and 33 seconds. Brendan Mullen will get credit for the goal. Cooper Freegee has his second assist tonight. For Brendan Mullen, it'll be his 3rd goal, 5th point. And for Cooper Freegee, it'll be his second assist of the night, his 2nd point of the night, and his 3rd point of the season. And Red River reclaims the lead. We have coincidental. We're going to get the penalties first here before we get the announcement of the goal, so we'll wait and see what happens there. It'll be roughing minors that will be assessed to Justin Wasvik and also to Keaton Schaff, I believe. So Schaff got a coincidental minor with Justin Wasvik, rather. But then the penalty that was actually counted was an unsportsmanlike conduct call against Easton Rarick. So Rarick came in and put the hit in on Wasvik after Wasvik picked up the leg and drove Schaff to the ice. When Wasvik and Schaff went off, that did not create a mismatch. But the third man in situation for the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that went against Easton Rarick led to the power play. And Brendan Mullen does pick up the goal. And we're waiting for the final scoring on that. Brendan Mullen there will be an assist for Matt Scribner on that goal as well. So it's Mullen from Freegee and Scribner on the power play goal. Red River leads by a score of 2-0, or rather 2-1 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard after the power play goal. A lot to go through there. Apologies for stepping away from the action momentarily, but a lot of scoring to pick up. Gavin Balvich into the far corner for Fargo Davies to pick it up and circles back out to the near side wall. He got cut off, looking back towards the point. Zach Hinchberger picks up the puck for Red River, cycles back to the left, played that through the neutral zone. Rarick looking to pick it up and does. Back in his own end, he'll play it off the end wall, trying to get rid of it. Hinchberger closes on the puck, but Bullinger got there first. Bullinger looking back up the boards to Rarick. Rarick chips it up into the neutral zone. That'll be cut off on the near side by Garrett Eichmann for Red River. Eichmann sends it down. Michael Coleman looking to get to it on the left. He got turned around on pressure coming in from Skylar Seekerson. This works back towards the point. Mullen trying to step in again. Bullinger ties him up. Mullen and Bullinger still doing battle along the wall, and it's sent in by Michael Coleman. Wimkin stuck behind the net, looking to make control. The puck didn't. This will be pitched up the ice by Rarick. He tried to get it on net, but didn't. It'll go across the line for icing, and we're back into the Davies zone to draw with 13:21 left of the second period. Power play was brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online. RBBElectric.com. Brendan Mullen gives Red River a 1-for-1 night so far in the penalty on the power play. Fargo Davies 0-for-1 on special teams tonight on their power play opportunity. Puck into the corner off the draw. Rarick looking to pick it up. Sent it back behind the net for Keaton Schaff. And Schaff looking up the boards for Davies on the left side. He got it up into the neutral zone. Elijah Hayes reaching back for it. Schaff pins it down, sends it in on net. Peterson will knock it down and blades it back behind the net to try to keep the play moving. He works out towards the left side. A long peer up the ice for Cooper Freegee. He decides to stick handle in his own end and turns it back to Scribner. Scribner to Freegee now back on the left trying to step around Bullinger. He gets up into the offensive end, comes across the checkered line, now drops it off right side for Reynolds. Reynolds made a quick play into the far corner. This puck will be chased down the left by Carter Sproul. Sproul cut off in the corner by Rarick, turns it back out to the point, held in by Wyatt Leduc. He'll make a pass cross ice for Scribner on the right point. Scribner puts it into traffic, gathered in and swept, but swept wide of the net by Morgan Hoffs. Back to Sproul on the right side. Sproul gets a hand on his stick. Rarick held him up. There's a whistle, and it looks like another penalty on the way. We'll see which way this one's going to go. They may be sending Rarick into the box again. Well, it won't be Rarick. There was an interference call away from the puck that'll go against Elijah Hayes. So Hayes will go in for interference. The time of the penalty will be at 4 minutes and 33 seconds of period number 2. Hayes in for the call. And we'll see Red River going back on the RBB Electric power play, brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online at RBBElectric.com. They put it down the right circle. Battle for control of the puck. Taken, lost, and gained back by Skylar Seekerson on the penalty kill for Fargo Davies. It works out to the point. Chased down on the point by Ben Calise. He'll put it back into the Red River zone. Leduc able to pick it up. Then he gets pressured by some pressure from Ashton Yeager. Back to the blue line. Calise will send it up into the Red River zone. And the Riders yet to put together a pretty good cycle here. 30 seconds into their power play time. Puck off to the far side boards, brought up and brought into the offensive end for the Riders. This will be off the stick of Zach Hinchberger. Hinchberger chases it down on the wall, put it back to Leduc high, back to Hinchberger, right point. Leduc high again, slapper through traffic, deflected by Wimkin. Picked up off the end wall by Michael Coleman for the Riders. Grandstrand lets circle, Wimkin makes that save chest high. Back to the corner again, Coleman taking a look, got held up on pressure from Calise, and the puck goes loose along the wall. It's banged out of the offensive end. Leduc back to pick it up. Circles back to Hinchberger on the checkered line, and Hinchberger comes up on the offensive end. 4-on-2 for Red River. Hinchberger swiping in, backhanded chance. Rebound to Wasvik. He takes a swipe at it. Knocked away by Wimkin. The puck comes loose to the near wall. Kankelfridge trying to play it out. Leduc cut it off. From the high slot, a chance kicked aside by Wimkin, and the loose puck back to the near side boards once more. Mellon comes to the high slot, drops it down into the far corner. Grandstrand will take it out of the corner, pushes it back to Wasvik. Wasvik's behind the net and cycles back to Hinchberger on the right side wall. 30 seconds left of the RBB Electric power play. It's Leduc, high slot chance again with blockers in front. Kicked aside by Wimkin. Grandstrand picks it up, comes down, goal line extended, works back into the right corner. He sends it back to the top of the circle. Hinchberger had a shot deflected loose. Grandstrand creeps in and scores! Jake Grandstrand with a chance out of the right circle. He gets that one to bound through. It may have been bounced by a Davies defender, but Wimpkin tried to find it, and it sneaks underneath his left skate. A goal for Jake Grandstrand on the power play, his second of the year. Red River's second power play goal of the night and the period, and they take a 3-1 lead. Time of the penalty will be at goal at 6 minutes and 20 seconds of the second period. And Grandstrand will get it. We'll wait for the official scoring as to the helpers around the puck. But for Grandstrand's second goal of the season, third point of the year. And Red River now has a 2-goal advantage, capitalizing on 2 opportunities on the power play here in the period. Loose puck for Davies as they come up into the offensive end. It's chased down by Demers. He can't gather it in. Now a 2-on-2 match along the wall. Cooper Frigi steps in to clear it and backhands one back towards the near side boards. Demers trying to regain control for Davies up in the offensive end. It works back out to the point for Rarick. He'll send it to open space in the right corner. And once again, it's Frigi locking up with Demers behind the Red River net. This will deflect out into the neutral zone. 2-on-1 for the Riders, but they don't have the puck. It'll go loose to Demers, and now it's 2-on-2 the other way for Davies into a 3-on-3 from the right side. A chance by Job Fryer that's knocked away behind the net. It'll cycle back up the left wall, pops on an edge, will roll into the Davies end for icing against Red River, and we'll come back into the Riders zone for a draw with 9:48 left of the second period. Timeouts brought to you tonight by Atlas Auto. Experience the Atlas advantage. Atlas Auto in Grand Forks on Midtown, where you can find a selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. But if you haven't experienced the Atlas advantage, do it at Atlas Auto in Grand Forks. We're getting the announcement of the goal, the scoring for the power play goal. Jake Grandstrand does get credit for the goal. There will be an assist for Drew Mellon on the play, and Mikey Coleman will pick up an assist as well. It's Grandstrand for Mellon and Coleman on the power play at 6:20 of the second. Red River has a 2-goal advantage. Carter Sproul coming up into the offensive end. Lost the puck, and it's chased down by Sam Supis. And we see some of the fourth liners coming out now for Fargo Davies. Puck lost. Mullen tries a short-sided chance. Glove side on Wimpkin. He knocks that away. Loose puck out to the point. Eichmann trying to hold it in. Sent it down the near boards. That was chipped away by Ryan Grothman, the fourth line center. And Dylan Terrelson brings it up into the offensive end for the Eagles. Puck back out towards the line. Cut off by Ashton Yeager. Yeager sends it back towards the left side wall. Another chance from the wall by Supis that's kicked aside. Andrew Peterson knocked that away. It'll come back out toward the point. Yeager taking a look in again. Got one through traffic, but it's knocked down and held by Andrew Peterson. He'll hold for the whistle. 8:58 left of the second period. That's an interesting move by Fargo Davies, running their fourth line on the ice. The Riders have sent their 10th forward on the ice so far tonight with Landon Langenstein, but they have not yet run the full fourth line out there. But down 2 goals, you send the fourth liners out there either to prove a point or spell somebody. Off the draw, the puck bounds towards the net, an attempt to cover it up by Peterson went awry. Landon Donner chases it down. This is pushed back into the Fargo Davies end. And they're going to say no icing here, so the Eagles back to pick it up. Calise in the left corner trying to cycle it up the wall. And now we'll see a whistle and perhaps a hand pass against the Eagles that's going to lead to a draw on the Fargo Davies end. Our next game broadcast comes your way on Thursday on KNOX. Girls basketball, Red River and Valley City from Red River High School Gymnasium. We'll have that for you coming up on Thursday. For those of you on Magnitude, stay with Magnitude Sports for an announcement of their upcoming sports schedule. Puck comes out towards the right side. It's picked up by Fargo Davies in the form of Jackson Archibald trying to start a break. He comes back to Bullinger on the near side. Bullinger digging for a puck in the neutral zone. He left it up for Landon Donner. Donner took a hit. Got the puck back behind the Red River net. Peterson trying to cut it off. It'll move to Justin Wasvik on the left side wall for the Riders. He sent it back to Coleman in the neutral zone. Coleman trying to reel it in. Had it banging between the skates and the stick. Couldn't quite get to it. Then sent it up into the offensive end with Wasvik, but an offside was about to brew. Then Davies got a hold of it. Sent it back through Red River zone for icing. And we are headed back into the Davies zone for a draw with 8:04 left of period number 2. Red River leading by a score of 3-1 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. A 20-10 shots on goal advantage. Again, from Grand Forks tonight, Central had a 4-0 lead on Grafton Park River. That game was only 8 minutes into the first period, and the Knights had scored 4 times already. Riley Vetch into the left corner for the Rough Riders, leaving it back to Morgan Hoff, so we'll push it out to the point. Freege's got a chance through traffic, bounds off another chip shot. Wimpkin went out to track it down, and was able to glove it up for a whistle on top of the crease. Also, Fargo South Shanley scored 6 times on Devils Lake in the opening period, led 6-0, outshot the Firebirds 28-6 in the first period tonight, and so those other matchups in EDC play kind of losing some of their drama early, you could say. A draw fought back into the Red River zone. Matt Scribner goes back to get it. There will be no icing on this. Scribner sends it out towards the right wall. It's dug for there. Ryan Grothman, the fourth liner, is out for another shift for Fargo Davies. This ends up over the head of Grothman. Chance to track it down for Rarick back in his own end. Rarick will chip it off the end wall. Circles back to Dylan Terrelson. Terrelson got it back to his own line, and Morgan Hoff scooped that up and backhanded it up in the air. It goes up over the bar and off the end boards again. Rarick trying to drag it up the near side ice, cut off by Sam Supas. He'll put it back behind his own net. A cycle over for Keaton Schaff, trying to fight it out of his own end. Back to Terrelson on the fourth line. Freegee picks it up on the left point. He'll make a pass on a hop down to the far corner. Mason Reynolds ends up tying up Supas in the far edge. Supas gets the puck out towards the right side. Terrelson tries to clear. Got it back into the neutral zone where Wyatt Leduc was waiting for it for Grand Forks Red River. Leduc into the offensive end with Scribner. Offside will be the call against the Rough Riders. Update coming in after a period of play up in Grand Forks. It's now Central 5 and Fargo Davies, or I'm sorry, not Fargo Davies, Grafton Park River, nothing. Goals in that opening period for Central's Connor Litzinger, Chase Spicer, Bryce Philpott. Braden Panzer scored on the penalty kill, and Chase Spicer had the opening goal. So Spicer with 2 goals in that matchup for Grand Forks Central. Another shorthanded goal for the Knights in that matchup as well. Down to 6.5 to play in the second period here. Red River on top with 2 power play goals coming in the second period. They lead Fargo Davies by a score of 3-1. Carter Sproul working out towards the left side, played it for Reynolds. It was cut off. Ashton Yeager takes control for Davies in the neutral zone and sends it down the near side wall. Leduc back to get it for Red River behind his own net, off to Grandstrand. Grandstrand back to Leduc in the left corner, who cycles over for a loose puck. Gavin Balvich tried to close upon the puck. A flip for Mullen, but Mullen got tied up in the wall. It'll go over his head. And back-to-back check is Ashton Yeager for Davies in his own end. Puck to the near side for Sproul. He got tied up, looking with Leduc for control. The puck is played down by Hunter Demers. Demers being summoned off at the end of his shift. Puck will go loose to the near side boards. Carter Sproul plays it up into the neutral zone. Lost again as the Davies Eagles try to crash. Now it's Landon Donner trying to dangle around a defender. Got in close, but Peterson was able to make a stick play on it and knock the puck to the near side corner. Down to 5:35 left in the second period. A fight for control of the puck again. Leduc is in there with Sproul. Joining the party is Landon Donner for the Eagles and Gavin Balvich. And the 2-on-2 play continues there. The puck just tied up along the end wall. Leduc will hold it with a skate. And a frustrated Landon Donner gives him a 2-hand shove from behind. That forces the puck loose to Bullinger over on the right side boards. Bullinger down to a knee, lost his balance. Leduc will pitchfork this as far as the checker line. It's gloved and thrown down by Ashton Yeager. Yeager finds Bullinger coming across the line. Off to the right side. Donner with a backhanded chance. Peterson knocks it down and gets on top of it with a leg pad to hold for a whistle with 5:05 left of period number 2. Intermission report on the way, and we'll take a look at those scores from around the area. Timeouts are brought to you tonight by Lake Region State College in Devils Lake. Whether it's precision agriculture or law enforcement, Lake Region State College is training the next generation of North Dakotans. You can find them online at lrsc.edu. That's lrsc.edu. Puck on the left side wall with Justin Wasvik. He'll turn it out towards the right. Cooper Freegee trying to come up the right side boards, then comes to a stop, backpedals, and is looking for his team to set up. Makes a long-range pass, trying to stretch things out. Skylar Seekerson cut it off for Davies and sends it back into the Red River end. Over to pick it up again is Sproul. He takes a look. Some of the pressure backs off. Now it'll be not Sproul, but Cooper Freegee that comes up into the neutral zone on his own. He looks to the near side for Wasvik. Wasvik to Hinchberger, and then Hinchberger lost the puck. Kankelfritz picked it up, then he lost it as well. Ben Calise is back after it for Davies. Sends it off the near side wall, and Matt Scribner gathers the puck in on the half wall. Scribner trying to drag it in as far as the corner. Wasvik steps in with a hit on Bullinger. Loose puck picked up by Christian Kankelfritz. Kankelfritz came out to the high slot, then he got knocked down as well behind Archibald. Wasvik picks it up and takes a shot from Ben Calise. Puck comes to the near side board, sent in behind the Fargo Davies net. Wimkin a touch on the puck. Red River changing up a man, as did Davies trying to work on a cherry pick pass. They sent fourth liner Sam Supas back onto the ice, starting a change, just trying to work for that cherry pick breakout. Drew Mellon comes up with the puck in the offensive end for Red River. He steers it to the high slot. No one there but Eagles. Supas will take it away. He comes up ice with Ryan Grothman on his left, but loses the puck into the far corner. Eichmann over to pick it up for Red River. He'll take control of the puck on the left. Eichmann chips off the high glass and pushes this up into the neutral zone. It'll flop on the checker line, and Rarick's back to get it in his own end for the Eagles. He comes back to Supas on the near side wall. Eichmann took control of that for Red River, sends it weakly towards the net in the air. Wimkin makes the backhanded play on it, and then steers it back out into the neutral zone looking for a transition, but Ethan Doctor cut it off. Then Doctor took a big hit from Balvich from behind. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Doctor back up on his feet. Sends it down the near boards. Wimkin tried to cut it off. It got behind him. Keaton Schaff will pick it up. He made a dangerous pass across his own slot. Got away with it. No riders there. Rarick carries it out as far as his own line. Finds Balvich up on the offensive end. His rip goes over the crossbar on a deflection. Rarick with a backhanded follow-up. Peterson sends that away with a stick play. And this will float back through the neutral zone. There will be an icing whistle on this one. Red River will be hit for the icing call. And we will go back into the Rough Rider zone for a draw with 2:42 left of the second period. Red River, on the benefit of 2 power play goals here in the second, is leading by a score of 3-1 on our Hugo's Lowe's scoreboard. Fargo South Shanley now leads Devils Lake 8-1 in Devils Lake with 10:15 left of the second period in that matchup. So 8-1 South Shanley. The Bruins are going to hold serve in the race tonight on the road up in Devils Lake. Tough place to play, but Devils Lake having a tough season of it. 2.5 to play in the second. Grandstrand picking up the puck. It's sent back up the ice. Seeing eye pass to Carter Sproul. He comes up with Reynolds 2-on-2 at Sproul left boards. Made the crossing pass for Reynolds. Couldn't get to him. Brendan Mullen following the play. Works it back towards the left point for Leduc. Leduc with a wrister low to the ice, and Wimkin reaches out and makes the glove save. He'll hold for a draw with 2:11 left of the second period. Good one tonight. We expected this. What's on the line? A part of first place. Red River came into the night with 11 points. South Shanley with 10. Right now, South Shanley in position to go to 13. Wyatt Leduc with a play off the left corner. And so Red River would need to win this one with all 3 points, not going to overtime. Here's a breakaway. Donner off the takeaway, fires and scores! Landon Donner comes up with a pick. A naked takeaway, and comes up the ice and beats Peterson top shelf for the score. Davies gets a breakaway goal on a great individual play by Landon Donner, and this game is tied again. Time of the goal will be at 15 minutes even of the second period, and I believe the official scoring will be Donner all alone. Just a great pick away. And he comes up ice 1-0 against Andrew Peterson and goes top shelf for the second goal of the night for Fargo Davies. Landon Donner with his 8th point on the season. That'll be his 4th goal. And it will be Donner all alone. So Donner unassisted. Landon Donner with his 4th goal of the season and his 8th point, his 2nd point tonight. He had an assist on Jackson Archibald's goal to get the scoring started. And the Red River lead is cut to 1 by a score of 3-2. Demers in the far corner. Justin Wasvik wipes him out. Wasvik trying to play it back towards the net. He got tied up on pressure from Ben Calise. The puck loose in the corner. Coleman trying to dig it away. It goes loose into the circle. This will be taken by Cameron Bullinger. He backfeeds looking for ball, but correction for Archibald. Archibald comes up, but Cooper Freegee beat him to the spot. Freegee sends it back to Scribner in the far corner. Scribner up the boards looking for Wasvik. This is deflected by Archibald's glove hand. Coming over on top was Hinchberger. He couldn't hold the puck. Now it's Demers coming up the near side wall as we enter the final minute of the second period. Puck loose again to Wasvik back in the Red River zone. He works to Freegee on the right side, and Freegee backs up, sends it off the end wall. Cycles back to the far boards for Scribner. Scribner trying to chip around Demers. It's held in on the point by Schaff. And then an offside call coming up against Davies. And will come out onto the Red River line for a draw with 44.7 seconds remaining in period number 2. Donner's goal was pretty, trying to counter off a couple of power play goals from Red River in the second. And the Eagles are back in the matchup, down now by a goal at 3-2. on our Hugo's Low scoreboard. Grandstrand taking control of the puck in the Red River end. Gavin Balvich will scoop it up for Davies on his own line. He comes up ice with Joe Pryor on his right. The shot was deflected as he took a rip from the right point. I believe it was Leduc that got out there to front Balvich. And we're going to go back into the left circle of the Red River zone to put down another draw with 31.2 seconds left. Hunter Demers will go to the circle for the Eagles. And it looks as though Riley Vetch is going to take the draw for Grand Forks Red River. Third liners out for both teams. Vetch wins the draw, sends it into the corner. It'll circle back towards the near side. Comes out with Drew Mellon leading the charge. Now it's Morgan Hoffs. Hoffs coming up the ice. He works towards the left point. Hoffs driving in, backhanded one towards the top of the crease. No one trailing the play. It went to Grandstrand on the right side wall, played loose, and Balvich will pick it up. Balvich comes up ice with Joe Pryor on his left. Balvich comes to a stop in the corner, lays one off, and a rip slap shot from Keaton Schaff goes wide from the right point. Out to the line, 2-1, and that's the end of period number 2. So a lot of fireworks for Red River on the power play, but Fargo Davies gets one back on an individual effort from Landon Donner, who has his second point of the night. And after 2 periods of play here at Farmers Union Insurance Center in Fargo at Shields Arena, it's Red River 3, Fargo Davies 2 on our Hugo's Lows scoreboard. Our intermission report brought to you by Apple Grid Construction is on the way. Apple Grid Construction, building homes around what truly matters. You can find them online at applegridhomes.com. This is high school hockey on Magnitude Sports and the Branson Bank & Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network.
Whether you are looking to refinance your current mortgage and save or purchase a new home, Sean Carlson with Town & Country Credit Union can help. With over 15 years of mortgage experience, he is an expert on VA, FHA, USDA, first-time home buyer, and conventional home loans and can help determine the best loan product to fit your needs. His borrowers agree, saying, Sean was a pleasure to work with and made the entire mortgage process easy. I highly recommend him. Ready to check out how Sean and Town & Country Credit Union can help make your financial life easy? Stop by one of our 6 convenient Fargo, West Fargo locations or visit townandcountry.org today. From free checking accounts to auto loans to commercial and ag loans and, of course, home loans, Town & Country Credit Union has the low loan rates, flexible terms, low fees, and personal service you deserve. See for yourself how much you might save. Apply online today at townandcountry.org. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Three Lions is a great stop for the entire family. Bring your friends and challenge them in a game of pool, darts, or shuffleboard. Parents, Three Lions is kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every evening. Once you arrive, check out the keto-friendly burgers and street tacos. Three Lions also has fish, chicken, and shrimp on the appetizer menu to go along with a wide variety of sandwiches. Plus, take a look at the selection of burgers on the menu, and don't forget that Three Lions also has an evening dinner menu. Call them 277-5966 to place a to-go order or stop in 675 13th Avenue East. Three Lions in West Fargo. Van Dam Chiropractic is dedicated to helping you achieve your health goals and improving your quality of life. Dr. Van Dam provides the most comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture care. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, work-related injury, car accident, or just getting relief from chronic pain, Dr. Scott Van Dam will get you back on the road to good health. They look forward to serving you at Van Dam Chiropractic. Call them at 532-5320 or visit them online at vandamchiropractic.com. Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
This has been a good one so far tonight. 3-2 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard after 2 periods of play. with Grand Forks Red River holding a 1-goal advantage over Fargo Davies as we move to our second intermission of the night. Our intermission report is brought to you by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters. You can find them online at applegrenhomes.com. Again, interest rates being at historic lows gives you an unbelievable opportunity to make new construction, which is that goal that you've always wanted, truly a reality. And at Applegren Homes, with applegrenhomes.com, they can show you what they've done for others. Applegren Construction stands ready to take your order for 2021. And if the financing is something that you think is difficult to work out, don't think that way. Applegren Construction works with a number of lenders in the northern Red River Valley that will make that new construction project that you're looking for as easy as finding a traditional mortgage. Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters. Again, when you're looking for your next home, don't buy a home that you'll have to spend more of your hard-earned money turning into what you want when Applegren Construction can give you that home right away. Look them up online at applegrenhomes.com. 2 big power plays for Grand Forks Red River gave them a 2-goal lead, but the shots on goal advantage tightened up a little bit, and Fargo Davies got a big individual play from Landon Donner, who ties or actually brings the game to within a 1-goal margin, and it's 3-2 at the end of the second period in favor of Grand Forks Red River. Let's give you our intermission summary. The period begins quite badly for Fargo Davies after a tie-up that went on between Keaton Schaff of Fargo Davies and Justin Wasvik of Red River. Wasvik thought Schaff was holding him down. Schaff was there trying to play his defensive spot. Wasvik picked up a single-leg takedown. They don't award 2 points in hockey for that. And so in the end, both of those players were coming off. But when Easton Rarick saw his teammate go down, Rarick came over and gave a shove to Wasvik, and that put Rarick in the box for unsportsmanlike conduct. That came at the 58-second mark, and about a half minute into the period, actually into the power play, it's Brendan Mullen tipping in a redirect, the second that was started tonight by Cooper Freegee, who picks up his second assist of the night. Mullen tips in Freegee's blast with Matt Scribner getting an assist as well. Power play goal at 1:33 made it 2-1 Red River. Then a penalty that goes against Elijah Hayes for interference. That penalty came at 4:33 of the second period. Late into the power play, it's Jake Grandstrand that blasts one in from the left point. Grandstrand gets assists from Drew Mellon and also from Mikey Coleman on the play. Second power play goal of the period and the night for Red River came at the 6:20 mark, and Red River was on top by a score of 3-1. However, Landon Donner will bring his team within one on just a tremendous individual effort. Donner gets a hold of a Rough Rider right at really somewhere between blue and checkered, but he had an opportunity to kind of pick the puck away cleanly with the backhand side of the blade, did so, and got a step, and there was no one back for Red River to front him. He comes in on Andrew Peterson, goes top shelf over the glove hand for the score. The time of the unassisted goal at 15 minutes even, and that brings Fargo Davies to within a goal by a score of 3-2. Shots on goal are 21-14 in favor of Grand Forks Red River, and you would expect that advantage for Red River with 2 power plays compared to Fargo Davies 1. However, the Eagles were outshot by a combined total in the first period by 10, and then came back and tightened things up. At one point, it was 20-10 shots on goal, and that was after Red River had 2 power plays, but the Eagles got back into this thing, and it's a 1-goal game going to the third. That is your intermission summary brought to you by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters, and you can find them online at applegrenhomes.com. We'll take a pause. We'll come back with the Hugo's Low scoreboard. Again, Fargo South Shanley on the road is just trucking Devils Lake tonight, and Central's doing the same to Grafton Park River at Purpur Arena in Grand Forks this evening. We'll give you scoreboard updates as we continue. This is high school hockey on the Franson Bank and Trust, New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network, Magnitude Sports in Fargo, KNOX in Grand Forks.
Fargo Davies working left to right. They set up Van Dam with the 2-hand slam off the alley-oop. Give the assist to Cole Hayes.
Did you miss any part of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Magnitude's DVR feature puts instant replay instantly into your hands. Revisit a big player score, watch a delayed version of this game, and then click live at any time to return to the live broadcast. Now you don't have to miss the game-winning buzzer beater, your son's 79-yard touchdown run, or your daughter's set sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching Magnitude Sports.
Outside Satter. Step back 3, number 12. He got it! 7 in the first half and 5 so far here in the second half.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Of play here at Farmers Union Insurance Center in Fargo, North Dakota at Shields Arena. It's Red River 3, Fargo Davies 2. Our intermission report continues. Brought to you by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters. Again, look up what they've done for others with new construction. Their 2021 season is on the way. A great opportunity with historically low interest rates for you to get into new construction. Find them online at applegrenhomes.com. That's applegrenhomes.com. Again, Red River leading Fargo Davies 3-2 after 2 periods of play. Hugo's Low scoreboard update. 12:42 into the second period, so about 4.5, maybe 4 minutes left to go up in Grand Forks. Central leading Grafton Park River 6-0 in that matchup. And on the road tonight, Fargo South Shanley with a 10-1 lead over Devils Lake after 2 periods of play. So South Shanley on the board in double figures tonight. And again, 10-1 for the Bruins. So right now the Bruins stand to go to 14 points in the East region. Correction, the Bruins, yes, I'm sorry. Let me get that right for you before we go any further. How does that sound? We'll just take a look at those numbers in the East region as far as standings are concerned. Red River coming into the night at 11. So South Shanley looking at getting to 13 points in the East region. Central looking at getting to 12. And what that means for these two teams, a Davies win would get them to 12. They would be a point out of first place. Red River, if they get a win, all 3 points, they would go to 14 and be able to maintain first place. That's assuming that one of these teams gets all 3 points tonight. So we're waiting to find out more about that. Another scoreboard update coming in. Ashton Collings for Williston, one of the top 10 scorers in North Dakota coming into the night, is going to add to his total as he has the hat trick tonight for Williston. Into the third period with 54 seconds gone. He's tied his matchup tonight with Bottineau Rugby at 3 apiece. We'll keep an update on that one going out of the West tonight. Some other scores to pass along. Hatton Northwood leading Hillsborough Central Valley 44-29 in boys basketball. That's after 3 quarters of play tonight. Also after 3, Finley Sharon Hope Page leading Mayport Clifford Galesburg in boys basketball 40-35 in that matchup. And we'll try to get an update on that Fargo Davies game. Fargo Davies was beating Devils Lake at last reports. And that would have been a bit of a surprise as Devils Lake, a highly ranked team and undefeated. Fargo Davies not getting as much credit as perhaps they should. Boys basketball, this game is at halftime. Grand Forks Central with a 40-38 lead over Wahpeton. Wahpeton just scored a big win over Grand Forks Red River, and Central trying to get a win in the Eastern Dakota Conference, and they lead Wahpeton by a score of 40-38. Those are the scores that we have for you at this point. One more we can pass along to you. Carrington, the Cardinals just beat Langdon area Edmore Munich rather convincingly. And right now, Carrington is trailing Medina Pingree Buchanan by a score of 22-19. So it's a very topsy-turvy girls basketball picture. We don't have an update on girls basketball since that update where Fargo Davies led 41-32 over Devils Lake at halftime. So we'll try to get another update on that one before we end up finishing our night tonight. Also, for those of you in Grand Forks that are listening, Red River boys basketball is currently on the air on Rock 95, 1590 AM, 95.7 FM. The Rough Riders are on the road at Valley City, and that's our next game broadcast for you on KNOX. It'll be girls basketball. Red River hosts Valley City coming up on Thursday night. For those of you east of the river, East Grand Forks will start off their hockey season with Central and Red River on the 15th and 16th, and on January 14th, EGF and Sacred Heart at boys basketball. That one should be fun. Fargo Davies wins the opening draw of the third period. They're moving from left to right to left for Grand Forks Red River. It is a 3-2 lead for the Rough Riders over the Eagles on 2 power play goals that came in the second period for Red River. Jackson Archibald pushes the puck up into the offensive end. Michael Coleman back after it for the Rough Riders, trying to chip off the near side boards. A pass that went through the neutral zone intended for Coleman. Easton Rarick runs it down. It'll be deflected to Landon Donner, who's got a goal and an assist tonight for Fargo Davies. Loose puck on the checker line. Coleman got to it, slaps it back into the Fargo Davies zone. It'll bound back behind the net. A touch up by Wimkin, trying to transition the team. Puck goes loose on the near side, and Carter Sproul, leading the second line on the ice for Red River, comes up with control of the puck and brings it back into the neutral zone. It's cut off by Mason Reynolds on the line. Reynolds sends it back into the Fargo Davies end. Rarick trying to run it down. Sent it back to Keaton Schaff. Loose puck comes off left side for Jackson Archibald. He's got a 3-on-3. Drops it off left side looking for Job Fryer. Fryer sent it rink wide. It'll come off the wall. Cooper Freegee with a touch. He turned it over. Short-sided chance from Job Fryer. Hits the side of the net. The loose puck picked up behind the net. Barron Stibbe trying to close on it. Now it's Fryer getting back to it again. He'll touch it back off to the far side for Hunter Demers. That's turned over and cycled up to Sproul. Sproul finding Brendan Mullen on the right side wall. Mullen gets back behind the net. Backhands one to the top of the near circle. Reynolds with a wrister that went right into Hunter Demers' legs. Freegee back after it, trying to get to Demers. He fronted Demers, kept him away from the puck. That kept Demers away from a breakaway to come in all alone on Andrew Peterson. And now the Eagles will change up as Red River rallies to the puck in their own end, but it's a turnover. Gavin Balvich forces the turnover on the right side point. He has it deflected loose. Freegee brings it up into the neutral zone. He's cut off by Ryan Grothman, and the puck will be sent back into the Fargo Davies end on a blast by Brendan Mullen. 2 minutes into the third period, 3-2, Grand Forks Red River with a 1-goal lead over Fargo Davies. Grothman coming up the ice. Those fourth liners have played really well tonight for Fargo Davies since coming on the ice to start the second period. They've added some depth for the Eagles that perhaps we weren't aware that they were going to have tonight. Riley Vetch battling for control of the puck in the near side corner with Christian Kankelfritz there as well. And this may be elements of the third line coming together. It looks like Nate Metcalf may have changed some things up a little bit throughout the game tonight. Mellon picking up a loose puck for Red River. He comes out towards the right side for Morgan Hoffs. A backhanded play that goes wide to the net. This will be scooped out behind the net. Played to the high slot, but nobody home for Red River. Skates back to the neutral zone, and Eichmann is back to pick it up for the Riders in his own end. He'll chip it off for Mellon. This is controlled by Charlie Crutchman for Fargo Davies on the right side wall. Crutchman sent it across the ice to Yeager, now back to Crutchman, and gathering that puck was Ethan Doctor for Red River. He sent it back behind goal line, extended from the half wall. Bullinger picks it up for Davies. It pops up on the dashers. He's pressured by Hinchberger, but Bullinger pulls it away, leaves it up the ice looking for Landon Donner to make a couple of catch-up strides. Charlie Crutchman came up with control of the puck for the Eagles, got it up into the neutral zone, and it's eventually fought into the Red River end by Jackson Archibald. Red River back-to-back check it. It'll be taken out left side by Mikey Coleman. Coleman comes up into the neutral zone. Hinchberger with a backhand play to send it down the ice. Wimkin back to get it, sends it over to the far side boards. Wasvik had a chance but lost an edge. It'll go loose to Scribner on the far side wall. Now to Bullinger. Bullinger comes up for Fargo Davies. Bullinger tried to rocket one in. Peterson makes a glove save and holds on for the whistle. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is high school hockey on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network.
News Radio 1310 KNOX AM Grand Forks and 107.9 KNOX FM, translating on K300BG Grand Forks.
I see, according to the menu, that it looks like the next game is coming up on Magnitude Sports on Thursday, and I believe I saw West Fargo and Fargo Shanley as the matchup that's coming. I got to look at it just briefly. I know a guy. Matt Scribner with the puck on the right side. He turned it over across his own slot. The Eagles gathered to it. Keaton Schaff sent it down to the corner. Scribner picks it up off the wall. Coleman loses control. I'll tell you what, folks, the Riders look a little gassed right now, and Davies looks a bit fresher. Joe Fryer on the right side wall leaves one for Balvich. His wrister's offline high into the far corner. This is pitchfork by Scroll for icing, and we'll see a draw coming up in the Red River zone. But Red River's lost a step here. A lot of pressure early in the first period. Red River's forecheck was outstanding, and they controlled about the first 14 minutes of the game. A rather even second period, and now Fargo Davies is gaining an edge here in the third. As you can see, the Riders are tiring a little bit. I'm not sure it's the shifts by the fourth liners, perhaps, with Davies a little bit deeper. As the puck to Sam Supas in the high slot. Crosser and a kick save by Andrew Peterson on Grothman's rocket right between the hash marks. The fourth line getting a brilliant opportunity for Fargo Davies, and Grothman keeps Red River on top on the scoreboard. Now the Riders coming out 3-on-2. It's Grandstrand that will toss one up into the offensive end. Loose behind the net. Ben Calise will pick it up for Davies. Sends it up the far wall to Sam Supas. Supas got it back as far as the point. Grandstrand held it in. This will cycle back on the left side wall. Brendan Mullen over to pick it up. Works back to Doctor. It's fought loose by Christian Kankelfritz. Back to Grothman. Grothman sent it up through the neutral zone. Cut off near side by Doctor. Kankelfritz takes it away. He's down numbers coming in. Tries the shot short side. Knocked away by Peterson. Then Kankelfritz was driven into the net. The net comes off the pegs and will draw coming up in the Red River zone. Timeouts tonight are brought to you by Atlas Auto in Grand Forks. Experience the Atlas advantage. You can look them up, atlasauto.com. Take a look at their inventory. They've got a selection of new and used vehicles on South Washington Street in Midtown Grand Forks. Atlas Auto, experience the Atlas advantage. Riley Vetch will take the drop against Landon Donner, and Donner wins it for the Eagles in the Red River zone. Bullinger off the right side half wall, looks into the corner, shot from the right side by Bullinger. Peterson was ready for it, and that draws the shots on goal advantage to nearly even. Red River 21, Fargo Davies 19. The Riders do not have a shot in the third period. Again, that advantage as far as depth for Fargo Davies beginning to wear Red River down a little bit. Puck on the near side wall, a crossing pass. It's a little short for Bullinger. Works back behind the net. Jackson Archibald held up in his progress to the puck. Works out to the far boards. Morgan Hoff's trying to bring it up the ice. Hoff's digging back after it with Langenstein there in support. Puck goes loose into the far corner. Demers coming in. Paddle save by Peterson. Puck's out in front. Peterson looking for it. Swiping at it, Demers. Peterson ends up getting on top of the puck after a flurry by Demers in the crease, and he'll hold for a whistle. And now the shots on goal advantage that Red River has enjoyed since the start is gone. We're even at 21, but the Riders have shown just no sign of trying to get themselves up ice and put on any pressure. They've been outshot 7-0 to start the third period of play. We draw to the left of Andrew Peterson. Demers trying to win the drop for the Davies Eagles. Sends it off the near side wall. Balvich coming over to pressure. Balvich sent it up the near side boards. One thing we can say, we haven't seen Baron Stibbe on the ice for Fargo Davies, I believe, since the first period. Stibbe may have been shaken up, and that's why we've seen this mixing and matching. Now we've got a rider down, back behind the play, and Red River's going to go back on the power play. Wozvik hits the deck, and Gavin Balvich, probably a slashing call here. No, it'll be an interference call that will go against Gavin Balvich. So another penalty for Fargo Davies, and Red River's 2 for 2 on the power play tonight. But Balvich will go in for interference. Time of the penalty will be at 6 minutes and a second of the third period, and Red River already 2 for 2 on the man advantage tonight. Will try again, but we haven't seen Baron Stibbe tonight since the second period. So the loss of Stibbe may have changed a few things here for Fargo Davies. It certainly changes their scoring situation. He was tied for the lead in scoring coming into the night, but his absence is going to be felt by the Eagles, and that's why we've seen some mixing and matching in their forwards throughout the night. Red River back on the power play. Zach Hinchberger looking to win control of a draw, and he does. He's in the right corner, got hit from behind, but picks up the puck in the corner. Cycles back towards the wall, taking a look out towards the point. They've got Leduc sagging back to the high slot to quarterback. Leduc sweeps it off the boards, intended for Grandstrand. It was long. Caught by Mikey Coleman back behind the net. Coleman sends it back around to the right side boards for Hinchberger. To Leduc on the right point. Leduc taking a look. Comes off left side. Grandstrand short side. Wimkin kicks that away. And the puck is cleared off the near boards by Keaton Schaff back into the neutral zone. A battle for control. Connor leading the charge. Hinchberger comes away with it, and Hinchberger will cycle it down the near wall. Wimkin tried to cut it off. It pops on top of the Dashers. Leduc looking to hold it, but Rarick gave him a charge, and this is cleared from the backside by Demers. 1:11 left of the power play, brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, and online at rbbelectric.com. Red River breaking out from their own end. A pass that was too long for Hinchberger, easily cut off by Schaff. He'll clear it again for the Eagles, and this ends up on net. A stretch pass back to Coleman trying to transition. Coleman didn't go near the puck. Easily cut off by Rarick and back into the Rough Rider end. The Riders are trying to change up their penalty kill. Puck goes back into the far corner. Grandstrand back to get it. A chip towards Mullen on a long stretch. This goes loose. Sproul pops it up into the neutral zone, but it's fought back into the neutral zone by Rarick after gaining the offensive end. Now it's Sproul from the high slot. Kicked aside by Wimkin into the corner. And with 25 seconds left of the man advantage, Red River gets their hands back on the puck. It's Coleman high, working back near side for Scribner. That was off his skate. Scribner went back to the line to pick it up. Back out on top, Freegee with a wrister up over the bar. Karam's off the end wall. The Riders try to gather the rebound. Mullen had it but lost it. Archibald pulls it away. He sends it up into the offensive end, and that'll be just about the end of the power play for Red River. Riders didn't get much on that man advantage after scoring twice on the power play tonight. Freegee sweeps his way up into the offensive end, loses a puck. It was cut off by Ben Calise. A flurry to send it wide of the net, and Mullen picks it aside. He'll work back to Scribner on the left point. Scribner looking to the high slot for Freegee. The pass was behind him. Off the wall, Sam Supis for Fargo Davies. He comes out to the right side. Another penalty coming up. They're going to penalize Christian Kankelfritz for hooking or for holding, and it's going to be a hooking call on Kankelfritz. Davies crowd doesn't like it. You can hear them in the background upset. And I think part of the argument may be, and I hate to say it, but the Riders may have induced a penalty in that situation. Kankelfritz didn't really have the stick out on it. We'd like to see a replay. We don't have that ability, but Kankelfritz didn't really have the stick out, and one of the Riders just kind of went down with Kankelfritz in his hip pocket. And hooking is going to be the call. I think the Davies crowd might have thought Red River took a dive. 8:24 of the third period is when the penalty against Kankelfritz is recorded. Fourth opportunity in the power play tonight for Grand Forks Red River. Leduc in the high slot with control of the puck to the right side. A chance by, I believe it was Zach Hinchberger, short-sided, and Hinchberger ends up sending it to the net of, or rather the mid of Wimkin. And we'll draw again in the Fargo Davies zone. I lose track, I apologize, between Hinchberger and Freegee throughout the night. Sometimes Hinchberger's jersey gets caught up in the back pad. Red River leading by a score of 3-2 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard, and they're back on the power play, but they've been outshot in this third period by Fargo Davies by a combined total of 8-3, and now Red River's going to change in some power play time as Mikey Coleman's going into the box. And it looks like this will be an interference call against Coleman as well. So we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then there will be a brief 19-second power play for Fargo Davies. The time of the penalty will be at 8:43. Let's get the penalty on Coleman. I believe it was an interference call, but we'll find out.
2-minute minor for cross-checking.
No, it's a cross-checking call against Michael Coleman. So Coleman takes a penalty for cross-checking. It's 4-on-4 skating for a minute and a half. Fargo Davies winning a draw on the Red River end. 4-on-4 skating is going to be basically 50-50 here. Fargo Davies has plenty of speed to go after Red River, and Red River likewise. So 4-on-4 probably doesn't favor either team more than the other in this situation. 1:15 left of the penalty to keep us 4-on-4. And up ice, it's Leduc making a pass off the wall. Reynolds back to Leduc. He had a chance and touched it wide as he crashed in right through the heart of the slot. Fargo Davies over to cut off the puck. It's Bullinger behind the net. He took a hit from Mason Reynolds, lost the puck into the corner. Rarick steers it out to the left side for Job Fryer. Fryer coming rink wide. He finds Keaton Schaff. Schaff will send it through the wickets, and it's picked up by Scribner on the right side. Scribner, a touch pass to Brendan Mullen. He's got a step coming in. Fires, going across his body on the forehand. Ends up sending it into the corner. Hinchberger picks up the loose puck. Scribner touching it back to Hinchberger on the right half wall. He sends a shot in on Wimkin, and Wimkin covers it up chest high for the whistle. A slash across the slot by Brendan Mullen looking for a rebound. Cameron Bollinger take exception to that. Steps in, they talk it through. And we'll skate 4-on-4 with a draw in the Eagles zone with 36 seconds left of 4-on-4 skating. 7:12 left to go in the third. Red River takes control of the puck. It's Freegee, high slot, wrister, Wimkin the glove save. We'll draw again coming up in the Red River zone. Stay tuned, or rather in the Fargo Davies zone. Stay tuned on our post-game report. Our PS Garage Doors 3 stars of the game, brought to you by PS Garage Doors, our finest auto trim, finest cover of the game, all coming up in our post-game report presented tonight by Spray Advantage. And we'll take a look at the Hugo's Low scoreboard once again as well. Freegee sends one into the corner. It gets behind Seekerson, who was looking for control for Fargo Davies. Picked up off the end wall, sent back to the left point for Freegee. It'll go rink wide. Out on top, it's Scribner sending it in off the end wall. Backhanded play. Hinchberger got out in front but had a weak shot. He couldn't gather it in cleanly on a great drop pass by Scribner off the end wall. And it's picked up left side by Skylar Seekerson. Fargo Davies will go into power play mode, and they're going to get a draw on the offensive end with 16 seconds of power play time after the penalty to Kankelfritz comes to an end. They send it up ice, and Andrew Peterson has to cover it up. And that will lead to a draw in the Red River zone. So this is an opportunity for Fargo Davies to run a bit of a set piece here. The Eagles trailing Red River 3-2 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. 6:33 left in the third. We draw in the left circle of the Red River zone. Sam Supas gathers in control of the puck, sends it out to the point for Keaton Schaff. Back to Supas on the left side half wall. Supas fights it up into the neutral zone. Rarick back to cut it off, being chased by Morgan Hoffs. And that will bring the power play for Fargo Davies to an end. So the Riders survive the offensive zone draw shorthanded, and the puck back to Christian Kankelfritz in the Fargo Davies zone for the Eagles. Kankelfritz will send it up into the far corner. Kankelfritz sends it back behind the net, but it will be cut off by Wyatt Leduc on the back check, and Kankelfritz on his way off the ice to complete a change. It's Leduc coming up into a 3-on-2, shot that goes wide of the net. He took it from long range on the right point. It'll cycle back into the Red River end, and Jake Grandstrand back to cut it off in the left corner for the Riders. Grandstrand a touch off the near side wall. Supas cut it off. Loose to Archibald back in the neutral zone. Archibald got tied up from behind by Drew Mellon. Mellon sends it over to the far boards. Rarick back to the near side. Archibald drives it up into the Red River end. And a loose puck to Scribner, who will cycle it off the wall and sends it back to Mason Reynolds on the right. Reynolds trying to get a charge, picking it up off the wall. He's got a 2-on-1 with Mellon. Makes the pass to Mellon. Mellon fires, and he's stolen by Wimkin. Wimkin came out to confront him on top of the crease. Mellon had a chance all by himself. Put it into the heart of Wimkin's jersey, however. Mellon might want to do a little more with that if you talk to him about it. In the meantime, Wimkin makes the stop on the 2-on-1 odd man, and we remain 3-2 Red River with 5 minutes left to go in the third. Puck in the air back in the Red River zone. Brendan Mullen picking it up behind the net, works over to Freegee on the right. Freegee coming to a stop. Puck was knocked loose. Archibald sends it back behind the net. Bollinger out to Archibald. Peterson didn't even see it. The puck found Peterson. Archibald had a chance on the left pipe, and he hit Peterson right in the body. If Archibald had a split second, he would have been able to pick a better shot. Instead, he put it right at Peterson, and Peterson was looking the other way. But Red River gets an excuse-me save to maintain the lead. A score of 3-2, and now we have a whistle coming up and an elbowing call that's going to put Red River shorthanded. An elbowing call against the Riders, and it's going to send Carter Sproul into the sin bin. Second penalty tonight for Sproul. An elbowing call. Time of the penalty will be at 12 minutes, 30 seconds. This will be the first time that Fargo Davies has had a full chance on the power play since the opening period. They did not score on that power play, and a timeout has been taken. I believe the timeout has been taken by Fargo Davies. Nate Metcalf huddling up with his team as Carter Sproul goes in for elbowing. And it actually a timeout taken by Grand Forks Red River, and I can understand why the timeout was taken by Tim Scarperud, the head coach of the Rough Riders. Red River's been gassed throughout this third period. Fargo Davies has put on a lot of pressure. The Riders are tired right now. You can see that they're struggling to get out of this one. And now going down a man, he's going to use his timeout just to give his penalty kill a breather, along with setting up from some parameters on how to kill off this 2 minutes of work. Timeouts brought to you tonight by Atlas Auto. Experience the Atlas advantage, and also by Lake Region State College. Whether it's precision agriculture or law enforcement, Lake Region State College is training the next generation of North Dakotans. You can find out more by going to lrsc.edu. We draw in the Red River zone. The draw is won by the Eagles. Bollinger on the right side, wall to Demers. The Eagles on the power play, brought to you by RBB Electric. Archibald trying to get away a short-sided opportunity. He's hit by Grandstrand from behind. Grandstrand knocked the puck loose. The Eagles able to gather it up in the corner. It's Demers on top of the circle. Leaks one out towards the high slot, looking for Bollinger. Bollinger overskated it. The puck will cycle back into the Davies zone. Bollinger back again, and then he turned it over. It's Hinchberger on the left side wall trying to come up. Hinchberger drops the puck into the corner. He realized he was going to be caught. He sends it back to the high slot. Leduc back to get it. And Leduc will just back up into his own end, killing off some power play time. Down to 1:20 left on the power play, and now Leduc rifles the puck in the air from line to line back into the Fargo Davies end. A transition play by Wimkin, but that's cut off by Hinchberger on the right side boards, and Scribner rifles it up the ice. Bollinger gloved down on his own line. He'll sneak up into the Red River zone. Down to a minute to go on the power play. Right side, it's Kankelfritz short-sider. That was blocked by Freege, sliding to get in front of the puck. Out to Balvich, left point. He'll come rink wide and found Bollinger on top of the near circle. Back to Balvich, left point, who steers it into the corner for Demers. Demers got poke checked. The puck goes loose to the high slot. Gathered in by Balvich. Now to Bollinger on the right point again. Into the corner once more, this time for Demers. Bollinger, Demers again, right circle, creeping in, firing. Peterson makes a glove save outside the pipe. 38 seconds left of the power play for Fargo Davies. They trail 3-2 to Grand Forks Red River on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. The Riders trying to kill off the first full power play that Fargo Davies has had since the 7:09 mark of the opening period. We'll draw to the left of Andrew Peterson in the Red River zone. Puck squirts to the near side wall. The draw was won by Christian Kankelfritz. It comes out to the high slot. A drive into traffic. Rarick picks up the loose puck. Fires. Peterson traps it against his right shoulder and holds for the whistle. That puck got through stick side on Peterson up against his right side, and he reached back with a glove and trapped it against the body, and will draw with 26 seconds left of power play time for Fargo Davies. We draw in the left circle of the Red River zone, the right for Fargo Davies. Donner steps in, wins the draw, deflects the puck back to the top of the circle where Rarick gathers it in. To the right side, Job Fryer going across the high slot. Rips one into traffic. It was deflected loose. Hinchberger with a poke to get it free out of the neutral zone. Now he comes in taking a hit, drives into the corner, makes a crossing pass back behind the net. The loose puck gathered up by Landon Donner with 3 seconds left of power play time. The Eagles up ice 4-on-3. Donner widens out, and that's the end of the power play. Carter Sproul rejoins his teammates. He'll go off on a change, and Red River's back to full strength. We have 2:20 left to go of the third. Leduc into the offensive end, turned it over. Sam Supis cut it off for Fargo Davies. He leaves it back to the line for Donner. Donner goes rink wide. It'll come off the boards. Easton Rarick got to it for the Eagles. Pushes it back to Skylar Seekerson back in his own end. We are down to 2 minutes to play of the third. It's Red River 3, Fargo Davies 2. The Riders with 2 power play goals in the second period. They've been outshot badly here in the third. They entered the third period with a 21-14 shots on goal advantage, but since then it's been 14-6 in favor of Fargo Davies. The Riders trying to escape with a victory. Out on the high slot, Langenstein trying to get a shot away. He ends up over the top on it. The puck goes high to the line. Red River trying to get to it in the neutral zone. Freege got a piece of it. Bollinger puts a glove down trying to center the puck. And here comes another penalty against Red River on the near side wall. We were screened from it, but I think Freege's going in, rather Wasvik's going in for tripping. We'll see what the call is going to be. It will be Wasvik that goes into the box for tripping, or rather Wasvik going into the box. Time of the call will be at 15 minutes, 31 seconds. And we haven't seen it announced yet, but it looked like it was Wasvik with a stick over an ankle. And so Red River is going to have to ride this out shorthanded. 1:29 left of the third. Another penalty against Red River. It's a minor penalty called on Justin Wasvik. Waiting for the call here. On the right side, it's Demers. It is tripping against Wasvik. Demers in the offensive end for Fargo Davies, down to Kankelfritz. He makes a crossing pass, and it was knocked down by Morgan Hoff, so we'll have a whistle coming up. The net may have come loose. Andrew Peterson backs up into his own crossbar, takes the net off its pegs. And the net is empty for Fargo Davies. The extra attacker will come on the ice. So it's 6-on-4 for Fargo Davies on the power play with the extra attacker on the ice. 6-on-4 for Davies for 1 minute and 11 seconds trying to tie the game. Short-sided shot, Andrew Peterson gloves one up from Landon Donner. Donner's had a terrific game for Fargo Davies. He made a good low short-sided shot. Peterson goes down to make the glove save. 1:07 left of the game. Forget what's left on the power play clock because the game clock's ahead of it. So 1:07 left of 6-on-4 for Fargo Davies. Kankelfritz behind the net picks up the puck off the draw for the Eagles. Cycles out towards the left point. He found Balvich. Back to Kankelfritz, left circle. Crosser towards the net. Goes wide, ends up off the end wall. They dig for it in the corner. It's picked up there by Donner. He comes in, looking backhanded wraparound, instead off the wall for Balvich. Balvich back to Donner in the corner. It's poked loose by Red River out into the neutral zone. Another poke as a chase is given on the far side by Mason Reynolds. The net is empty. Reynolds trying to catch up to it for an empty netter that would have sealed the victory. Now it's poked loose by Hinchberger. Hinchberger stops, fires, and scores! Hinchberger on the takeaway comes up with a shot from the right half wall and scores on the Davies empty net. Red River takes a 2-goal lead back at 4-2. Hinchberger will score, shorthanded, an empty net goal. The time of the goal will be at 16 minutes and 28 seconds of the third period, and Zach Hinchberger may have iced it. Will draw again at center ice, and I'm assuming that if Davies captures control of the draw, they'll empty the net. Wimkin comes out for the draw, and the clock will begin ticking with 25 seconds to go. The Riders win control of the puck and send it down the ice. Loose puck is picked up by Ashton Yeager. He sends it up into the neutral zone. This will squirt free and move back into the Red River end. Ethan Doctor's back to get it. Turns into the far corner. It goes loose to Vetch. 10 seconds left to go. Grandstrand absorbs a hit that's thrown by Ryan Grothman. Puck out to Vetch. He'll backhand it into the neutral zone, and that's the end of the game. Grand Forks Red River survives an onslaught from Fargo Davies in the third period. Fargo Davies outshoots Red River by a 13-7 margin in the third, but Red River with an empty net, shorthanded goal by Zach Hinchberger on a takeaway to score his fourth goal of the game and his 6th point of the season. And Red River comes away escaping Farmers Union Insurance Center with a win. The Riders will stay in first place by themselves as the night comes to a conclusion. The numbers will turn into this. Red River with the victory will move to 5-1 on the season. They'll pick up 3 points and go to 14. Fargo Davies will drop to 3-2. They'll stay at 9 points in the EDC. And tonight, pending the outcome of the Fargo Northwest Fargo Cheyenne game, Davies will either be in fourth place by them, or no, rather, they're going to be in fourth place in a tie with either North or Cheyenne, unless the Cheyenne North game went to overtime. More on that as we continue on our post-game report, which is on the way next. Our thanks to Magnitude Sports here in Fargo for coming along for the ride with us and us coming along for the ride with them tonight. Our post-game report is on the way in a couple of moments, so do stay with us. Your final score tonight at Farmers Union Insurance Center here at Shields Arena in Fargo. Grand Forks Red River 4, Fargo Davies 2. Spray Advantage post-game report next on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded. Three Lions is a great stop for the entire family. Bring your friends and challenge them in a game of pool, darts, or shuffleboard. Parents, Three Lions is kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every evening. Once you arrive, check out the keto-friendly burgers and street tacos. Three Lions also has fish, chicken, and shrimp on the appetizer menu to go along with a wide variety of sandwiches. Plus, take a look at the selection of burgers on the menu, and don't forget that Three Lions also has an evening dinner menu. Call them 277-5966 to place a to-go order, or stop in 675 13th Avenue East. Three Lions in West Fargo. Dr. Scott Van Dam provides comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture health care. He specializes in treating conditions involving the nerves, muscles, and joints in patients from infants to elderly. If he finds your condition is one that cannot be resolved or you're not seeing improvement with treatment, he will get you to a doctor who can. Call Dr. Scott Van Dam at 701-532-5320. Also, visit them online, vandamchiropractic.com, or stop in for a consultation at 1203 28th Street, South Fargo.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150.
Benson Bank and Trust, New Vision Truck and Accessory Sports Network. Ryan Cunningham with you here this evening. This was a very, very interesting matchup. We learned a little bit tonight about Fargo Davies in particular. Grand Forks Red River gets out of here with a 4-2 victory tonight over Fargo Davies. However, the Eagles turned on the pressure in the third period. And for those of you that are Fargo Davies fans, you've got an all-senior fourth line, Sam Supis, Ryan Grothman. And here's what happened tonight for Fargo Davies. They end up losing a couple of bodies. We didn't see Barron Stibbe after the first period, and I don't think we saw much of Elijah Hayes after the first period, or maybe halfway through the second as well. And so that's why the mixing and matching went on tonight. And a credit for Fargo Davies, they bring two fourth-liners up onto the top three lines tonight to replace a couple of injuries to guys that are really good. I mean, Barron Stibbe is your top-line center. Elijah Hayes had 5 points coming into the night, or 4 points rather, coming into the night as a winger on the third. And yet those two men came up, and Fargo Davies didn't miss a beat, and in actuality turned up the pressure on Grand Forks Red River. And we discovered that Davies is going to have a very deep hockey team if they're able to kind of sort of overcome whatever went on with those individuals in the matchup tonight. But we welcome you to our post-game report tonight here on KNOX and on Magnitude Sports. Our post-game report brought to you by Spray Advantage. Everything you need for spraying and application on your farm. Spray Advantage, with 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Remember, don't believe the other guys when they say it's not in stock. It is in stock at Spray Advantage. They have everything you're looking for. Tips, tanks, nozzles, and pumps, grain carts, and seed tenders. 2 locations to serve you. They bring you the post-game report tonight. Let's run through our post-game summary this evening. Red River breaks the scoreboard first. It's Carter Sproul scoring his 3rd goal of the season after a drive from Cooper Freege, who gets out of here with a 2-assist night tonight. He'll have a 2-point night. Will Freege will move to 3 points on the year. Freege a blast from the point. Sproul was able to chip it through. An assist from Brendan Mullen as well at 6:50 of the opening period. That made it 1-0 Red River. Then shortly thereafter, Carter Sproul gets off on a hooking penalty, but Red River able to kill that power play. It came into late in the opening period, and a great individual play by Jackson Archibald, but it was Landon Donner that really set things up, and Donner had a huge night for Fargo Davies tonight. Scored the 2nd goal of the game on an individual effort, and his effort to hold a puck on top of the crease after a shot that was taken by Keaton Schaff allowed for that first goal to be scored. Jackson Archibald scooped up the loose puck after it was deflected by Donner, who went chasing that rebound from Schaff. And at 15:36 of the period, Archibald scores to make it a 1-1 game. The assist to Donner, another assist to Schaff, 1-1 after 1. The power play was kind to Grand Forks Red River until the third, but in the second, it's Easton Rarick that takes an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and this is one that he's going to want back because it changed the complexion of the game tonight. At that point, Schaff was holding Wasvik on the ice. Wasvik got mad for Red River, got up, kind of grabbed one of the legs of Schaff and took him to the ice. Both those men were going off, but when Easton Rarick saw his defenseman mate taken to the ice, he came in and gave a shove on Wasvik, and that put Rarick in the box as well, which is the penalty that's shorthanded. Fargo Davies at that point came at 58 seconds and about a half minute in, a minute and a half into the period. It was Brendan Mullen that tipped through another drive from Cooper Freegee. Freegee setting up a shot from the perimeter on the power play. Mullen tips it in, an assist going out as well on the play for Matt Scribner. And the time of the power play goal at 1:33 cracked the tie in favor of Red River. Then Elijah Hayes takes an interference call at 4:33 the second period. That really was the end of his night. We didn't see him anymore after that. But that put Red River on the power play again, and it was Jake Grandstrand, another goal from the perimeter, shot from the point. It was set up by Drew Mellon and Mikey Coleman. They get into the scoring action as well. But Grandstrand with a power play goal on a shot from the point at 6:20 of the period made it 3-1 Red River. That takes us to the 15-minute mark of the second. Another great individual effort by Landon Donner, who had one to set up the Archibald goal. This time he picks a puck clean from Hinchberger in the neutral zone, got a step ahead of everybody all by himself in on Andrew Peterson. He roofs one on Peterson at the 15-minute mark of the second. 3-2 in favor of Red River going to the third, and the third was all Fargo Davies. They end up out shooting Red River 13-7 in the third. That depth really caught up to the Rough Riders. However, it didn't pay off because you see Gavin Balvich taking an interference call, Christian Kankelfritz taking a hooking call, and then another penalty that was called later in the period against Red River that started to even things out. But those two penalties, Balvich for interference and Kankelfritz for hooking, really took away some of the momentum that Fargo Davies built to get to that point. However, the second power play didn't materialize for Red River. Mikey Coleman takes a cross-checking call 21 seconds into it, so we skated 4-on-4. Carter Sproul takes an elbowing call at 12:30 of the period. Red River killed that off. Then Justin Wasvik takes a call for tripping at 15:31, so the stage is set. A minute and 29 seconds left to go. Fargo Davies on the power play. They empty the net. They go at Red River 6-on-4. They come after Red River with a couple of opportunities. Andrew Peterson made one big kick save in that sequence, also a save outside the pipe with a glove hand. And then the Riders pushed the puck up into the Fargo Davies end. The Eagles tried to get back to it. Zach Hinchberger creates a turnover on the right side half wall and snipes from distance to score on the empty net. It's a shorthanded empty net goal at 16:28 of the third. That makes it 4-2, and that's our final score tonight, 4-2 in favor of Grand Forks Red River over Fargo Davies. The win will push Red River to 5-1, all in the league, and Grand Forks Red River will move to 14 points in the conference. They'll stay in first place tonight. South Shanley's going to get a win over Devils Lake. Central's going to get a win over Grafton Park River. It'll be Red River by a point over South Shanley and 2 points over Central for first place in the EDC. Fargo Davies will drop to 4-2 overall. They're going to stay 3-2 in the league. They're at 9 points in the EDC. They'll be in a tie with West Fargo Cheyenne or Fargo North at the end of the night for fourth. As far as the scoring summary is concerned tonight in this one, let's take a look at it. For Fargo Davies, a 2-point night for Landon Donner, a goal and an assist. He'll move to 8 points on the season. Jackson Archibald gets his 6th goal tonight. He'll move to 8 points on the year. And an assist to Keaton Schaff will be his 2nd point of the season, both on assists. That's the scoring summary tonight for Fargo Davies. For Grand Forks Red River, it'll be a 2-point night tonight for Cooper Freegee, a pair of apples. He'll move to 3 points on the year with 2 assists on the night. His assists number 1 and 2 of the season. Carter Sproul gets a goal tonight, his 3rd. He'll go to 5 points on the year. Brendan Mullen gets an assist on Sproul's goal. He'll get his 3rd assist, 5 points on the season. Other scoring for Red River tonight. Brendan Mullen actually has a 2-point night tonight. I apologize. Brendan Mullen, a goal and an assist. He'll go to 6 points on the year. Zach Hinchberger's goal will give him his 4th goal, 6 points on the year. So Mullen and Hinchberger will share the scoring lead for Red River coming out of the night. Matt Scribner gets an assist. He'll move to 2 points on the season. Jake Grandstrand, a goal. He'll go to 3 points on the year with his 2nd goal. And Michael Coleman gets an assist to move to 5 points on the year with his 2nd assist. Also, Drew Mellon picks up an assist, his 1st of the year, and goes to 2 points on the season. That's your final score and your scoring summary, brought to you by Spray Advantage tonight. Everything you need for spraying an application on your farm. We'll take one more pause here this evening, and then we'll come back with our 3 stars of the game and other Hugo's Lowe's scoring summary from around the area tonight. Our 3 stars of the game presented by PS Garage Doors and our finest auto trim, finest cover. Red River wins it tonight by a final score of 4-2. This is high school hockey on Magnitude Sports and the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network.
Whether you are looking to refinance your current mortgage and save or purchase a new home, Sean Carlson with Town & Country Credit Union can help. With over 15 years of mortgage experience, he is an expert on VA, FHA, USDA, first-time home buyer, and conventional home loans, and can help determine the best loan product to fit your needs. His borrowers agree, saying, Sean was a pleasure to work with and made the entire mortgage process easy. I highly recommend him. Ready to check out how Sean and Town & Country Credit Union can help make your financial life easy? Stop by one of our 6 convenient Fargo, West Fargo locations or visit townandcountry.org today. From free checking accounts to auto loans to commercial and ag loans and, of course, home loans, Town & Country Credit Union has the low loan rates, flexible terms, low fees, and personal service you deserve. See for yourself how much you might save. Apply online today at townandcountry.org. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Van Dam Chiropractic is dedicated to helping you achieve your health goals and improving your quality of life. Dr. Van Dam provides the most comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture care. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, work-related injury, car accident, or just getting relief from chronic pain, Dr. Scott Van Dam will get you back on the road to good health. They look forward to serving you at Van Dam Chiropractic. Call them at 532-5320 or visit them online at vandamchiropractic.com. Three Lions is a great stop for the entire family. Bring your friends and challenge them in a game of pool, darts, or shuffleboard. Parents, Three Lions is kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every evening. Once you arrive, check out the keto-friendly burgers and street tacos. Three Lions also has fish, chicken, and shrimp on the appetizer menu to go along with a wide variety of sandwiches. Plus, take a look at the selection of burgers on the menu, and don't forget that Three Lions also has an evening dinner menu. Call them 277-5966 to place a to-go order or stop in 675 13th Avenue East. Three Lions in West Fargo.
Farmers Union Insurance Center is where we're at tonight at Shields Arena in Fargo. Our postgame report brought to you by Spray Advantage. Grand Forks Red River getting out of the barn with a 4-2 victory, their second win in Farmers Union Insurance Center this year. They knocked off Fargo South Shanley by a score of 2-1 in overtime, and they come to Fargo tonight and get the win over Fargo Davies. So on the road, Red River 2-0 in this building this year, and they will be in first place by themselves in the Eastern Dakota Conference coming out of the night. We welcome you back to our post-game report brought to you by Spray Advantage. Everything you need for the spraying and application process on your farm, make Spray Advantage part of your agricultural plan now and for years to come. They have all of what you need to keep your farming operation moving and avoid downtime. And it's in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, and seed tenders. 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spray Advantage bringing you our post-game report tonight. Grand Forks Red River defeats Fargo Davies, as we mentioned, by a score of 4-2. Let's run down our Hugo's Lowe's scoreboard in the post-game report. First of all, final coming in from Devil's Lake tonight. South Shanley with an 11-1 win tonight over Devils Lake. That game was in Devils Lake this evening, so South Shanley will pick up 3 points in the EDC standings, and they will end up in a situation where they will be in second place by a point to Grand Forks Red River. Red River's going to go to 14, and South Shanley will go to 13 after the night comes to an end. In Grand Forks tonight, Grand Forks Central defeats Grafton Park River in high school hockey by a score of 8-0. The shots on goal were 52-7 for Grand Forks Central, and Grafton Park River came in, played a good game against Red River back on New Year's Eve over at Eagles Arena, but then Grafton Park River lost to Mayport Clifford Galesburg et al. Over the weekend, or Mayport area, I believe is what they're known by, and that might have been a turn for the worse for Grafton Park River as they get blown up tonight at Purpur Arena 52-7 by Grand Forks Central. Some scores coming in from around the state in basketball and in hockey. Let's run them down. Boys basketball finals tonight in the EDC. West Fargo defeats Fargo South 80-63. Fargo Davies over Devils Lake 71-43. We did not get an update on Davies girls basketball. They were leading Devils Lake at halftime by 9, and that would have been a win over a highly ranked team tonight. In some hockey scores that we can pass along, the showdown out west goes to Minot. Bismarck Century and Minot hooking up tonight, figuring to be the top 2 teams in the West. Minot wins a 1-goal matchup. 5-4, Minot gets the win over Century tonight, and so Minot will get 3 big points in the West Region standings. Hillsborough Central Valley comes back from way down. 4 3-pointers by Parker Gallagher for Hillsborough Central Valley in the final quarter, but it wasn't enough. Hillsborough Central Valley beaten by Hatton Northwood tonight by a final score of 57-56 in that matchup. Let's see what else we have for you tonight. Williston defeats Bottineau Rugby. Final score in that one was 7-3 in favor of Williston. They scored the final 5 goals of that matchup, and Williston is making it tight out there in the West Region for one of those spots in the state tournament as well. That West Region is going to be a very interesting one to watch as the season goes on. Final score in boys basketball tonight, Wahpeton defeats Grand Forks Central by a score of 84-68. Central had a 2-point lead in that one at halftime, and then Wahpeton just went off. They had 38 points at halftime, so they end up with a 46-point second half tonight for the Huskies, and they limit Grand Forks Central to just 28 in the second half. So a big second half tonight for Wahpeton to win that matchup tonight. I'm going to do one quick search here just to see if I can get an update on West Fargo Cheyenne and Fargo North, just because I'd like to see if there's a hockey score in that one tonight that has been relayed. That would kind of finish off the standings. The last that we had is a 1-period update. There was no score between Fargo North and West Fargo Cheyenne, so we don't have anything there that we can pass along to you. So the overall standings in boys hockey by the time the night comes to an end: Grand Forks Red River 14 points, South Shanley 13, Central 12, and that will be the top third of the league. Davies will stay at 9. If Cheyenne gets all 3 from North winning in regulation tonight, they'd go to 9. If Fargo North gets all 3 winning over Cheyenne in regulation, they would go to 9. Grafton Park River is going to stay at 6, Devils Lake at 3. So Davies will be tied with either Cheyenne or North for 4th place coming out of the night. And if that game went to overtime, then Fargo Davies would have a 1-point edge on one, a 2-point edge on the other. Those are the final standings that we know of as this one comes to an end tonight. We continue with our post-game report brought to you by Spray Advantage. Time for our 3 stars of the game this evening, brought to you by PS Garage Doors, your garage door store in Devils Lake and Grand Forks. PS Garage Doors reminding you that 2021 is the year for a new garage door, and the PS stands for painless shopping. With their warehouse that is west of I-29 in the industrial park on Demers, comfortable shopping, that's why it's painless. You've got plenty of makes and models to choose from. PS Garage Doors does the installation, and they make sure that they service everything they sell along with every make and model of garage doors. So if you need that personal service, another one of those things the PS stands for, give them a call. The number is 772-DOOR, 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors in Devils Lake and Grand Forks. And it looks like we're going to get one more scoring update that we can pass along to you. This is a hockey final. West Fargo Cheyenne defeats Fargo North tonight by a score of 3-1. That would have been in regulation, so that means Cheyenne will be in the tie with Davies for 6 points in the EDC for 4th place. Mike Mason on the camera work on Magnitude. doing Ullman's work tonight, getting those scores relayed to us. Cheyenne gets that win. On to the 3 stars of the game. This is a Grand Forks Red River issue, obviously. Zach Hinchberger will pick up the 3rd star tonight. Hinchberger scoring that shorthanded empty net goal to kind of ice this game for Grand Forks Red River. Comes at 16:28 of the 3rd. And Zach Hinchberger will be star number 2, or rather 3 of the night. Star number 2 will be Cooper Freege. 2 assists. He sets up goals from the perimeter. 1 goal going to Carter Sproul, the other going to Brendan Mullen. But 2 big plays for Freege. He's getting into the scoring act now for Red River. He'll be our 2nd star. And our 1st star tonight, Brendan Mullen. A goal and an assist. He'll move to 6 points on the year. 3-3 on the season. Brendan Mullen scoring that 2nd goal tonight. 3 stars the game for Grand Forks Red River. Zach Hinchberger, Cooper Freege, and Brendan Mullen. And our final order of business tonight will be the Finest Auto Trim Finest cover of the game. And that's brought to you tonight by Finest Auto Trim. Big or small, they cover it all. They're here to save you plenty of money. If you're looking to get rid of your vehicle just because it's got bad interior, don't do that. They can cover that interior and make your vehicle look like brand new. And your furniture, they can pull the same trick for your upholstery in your home. And remember, if you store something outside, like a boat or an ATV, UTV, and you need a custom cover, Finest Auto Trim comes to your location, comes up with the dimensions, and they'll put together a cover that will protect those outdoor implements to the best specs that are out there. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, they cover it all, and they bring you that finest cover of the game. We're going to give that award tonight to Garrett Eichmann. Eichmann steps in, sophomore on the blue line for Grand Forks Red River, does a tremendous job of playing defense tonight. He steps in as the 6th defender, and Garrett Eichmann will get that award this evening for Grand Forks Red River. Didn't register on the scoring side of things, but gets an opportunity to play tonight, and when we saw him, he was all around the puck and did a very nice job. Garrett Eichmann will pick up that award, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim. Next game broadcast on Magnitude will be at 7:30 coming up on Thursday night. It'll be West Fargo versus Fargo Shanley. Girls basketball, that's going to be a very good matchup. Join Magnitude for that. For us, girls basketball as well coming up on Thursday. Valley City comes into town to take on Grand Forks Red River. We'll have it for you, our pregame report and the tip-off coming from Red River High School on Thursday night. Want to thank all the fine sponsors, both Magnitude and KNOX, that make it possible, including our premier sports partners on KNOX, Franson Bank and Trust, Real People, Real Results, FransonBank.com, and New Vision Truck Accessories, your truck accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. Your final score in this one tonight from Farmers Union Insurance Center in Fargo at Shields Arena is Grand Forks Red River 4 and Fargo Davies 2. For KNOX Sports, for Magnitude Sports, Franson Bank and Trust, and New Vision Truck Accessories, I'm Ryan Cunningham saying so long, everybody.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.